This is a Rick Code exclusive.
Keep on. Right on doing it. Whatever. I'll see you through. Whatever. Yeah. Fuck y'all looking at me for? We live.
Oh, yeah. Let's get to
Like-
it, then.
Like this election was for the last goddamn week. God damn, this shit was drawn out.
Yep.
Like a motherfucking WWE scheme or something. This shit was motherfucking
It went
ridiculous.
from the ring to outside,
To
the
outside,
cafeteria,
man.
to the hospital,
Bro.
back to the fucking
locker
ring.
room.
Bruh.
Niggas pulling shit from under the ring.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You heard it.
Fans participating in it.
They cut the
Damn.
commercial, come back, motherfucking hospital is beeping. Next thing you know, motherfucker kick the dough in, Stone Cold Steve Austin style, wrap the motherfucking IV drip around the nigga's neck, got the motherfucking, what that bitch is, the beep machine going off and shit, they,
EKG machine.
the EKG machine, he hitting the nigga, folding the bed up on him and shit, wilding out here, man, but it is the Pull-Up Podcast, people. Episode 17, and we are back in it. Live effect that's indirect and direct, coming to a theater near you. And when we do, don't bring your hoe, or she gonna leave with us from the jump. You know how it go.
With the Frenchie.
And as always, we are open like always. I am Rick Code.
It's your boy Dubz 817.
It's your man, Chef Chad, the artist formerly known as Twitterless.
Twitterless Chad is no more. I think we should have a ceremony for him. You know, play that little horn instrument and everything. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. As always, my boy is fighting with the bottle. Fighting with the bottle. Fighting with the bottle.
There we go.
Fighting with the bottle, yeah. What we sipping on
Black
today?
Shot, man. I got the What's the Tea by company from Dallas.
What's their name?
Frenchie Bouillet.
Frenchie Bouillet.
Yeah, man.
I ain't gonna lie, never heard the name, but I love how the bottle look. And you
Yeah.
say it's What's the Tea?
Yeah, man, that shit been selling out. Like at the beginning of the lockdown, me and the wife went out and grabbed it when we first heard about it. When they started posting all the lists and shit.
Yeah, man.
And ever since then, like a nigga ain't been able to get his hands on it until today.
Man, from what I'm seeing on the bottle, it's a vodka, but it's infused or flavored with pineapple and black tea. So that's interesting within itself. Like,
Pretty official, man.
you know, I know that, you know, just from the ingredients, it's probably a lady lover right there.
Yeah.
You know, probably top 10 if you came to win, if you get where I'm coming from, my friend. But don't take our word for it. Just might have to come again. I don't know.
Yep. Man, I be seeing them online when people be when they be resharing other people's stories and shit. Niggas be grabbing like 5 bottles and shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. Like, had to grab my 2 today.
Me, I'm as always, old faithful up in this mother sucker. The 3 amigos on Yeho. You know what I mean? Shout out to them. They've been reaching out, showing a little love, you know. Hopefully they start showing a lot more. And CTC, because that's what we bout. But in the meantime and in between time, y'all check that out. Very good drink, very good pour, very good sipper or shooter, depending on what you like, man, you know. What you sipping on over there, Chef Chad?
Man. So that Corinta is has had me feeling some type of
You
way.
know this gonna bother me. Can you
So,
do this for me? Can we swap these? It's a symmetry thing, man. I just like the taller bottles in the middle. And
I mean, I gotta reach for my shit.
hey, brother, don't I always gotta reach for my shit? And you never.
Nigga, you right in the middle. Like,
Hey, man, I feel like you being tall people bias up in this motherfucker. I don't want to have to stretch like you don't. Your arm's just as long as mine, goddammit. You can make it.
Mine a little bit shorter than yours, probably. I can't.
I mean, I said just as long. I ain't say as long. What you drinking on over there, Chef Chad?
I got that Y40. This time I got the YNHT because last time we decided to finish the bottle, and I definitely like it. So I decided to step my game up and go ahead and go with the YNHT this time. See what it's talking about. See how it's riding. As of right now, I'm a big fan. So you know what I'm saying. Shout out to E40. It's fucking off the chain.
Oh, 40 water.
I
They hit us over the head with a bunch of them, man.
Right.
From what I hear.
A lot.
You got a malt liquor, a wine, tequila, and bourbon, man. Yeah. And I heard he got water. Like no pun intended.
Pure water.
40 water. You know what I mean? But, like always, as we pull up, you can feel free to do a shot with us.
Got a tea flavor.
That's a bad look right there, then.
Yeah.
In a good way, but a bad look.
It's like a spiked.
That's what I was
fucking
finna
tea,
say, man. You get a
Like,
drink in that bitch and
Dangerous.
won't even know it. Be done looked up, your ass be on the ground somewhere,
Half bottle.
out of there.
pedaling, backpedaling, wondering how you got here.
Well,
Shout out to Cocktail Caviar as well. Might as well throw them hoes in the cup.
Oh, definitely got to put them in there.
I think I'm gonna pull up with the Dank.
What's the Dank? What's that?
Yeah, man, it's another local liquor company. It's not black owned.
put this bitch back on.
Yeah, that shit is like it was like hard to get out. Like I had to use my shirt, but the Dank is made with terps. Forgot what kind green it was. I think it was orange.
So you saying it's gonna get you lifted as he get you sipped it?
I don't know about that, but
I'm not going all the way down with it. We're going right
yeah,
here.
that's cool. I don't think it'll get you like high. I don't think it gets you high or nothing, but it's infused with the terps.
But the essence of the
Yeah.
whole herbal thing and movement that's going on, you know, it's a nice wordplay and a nice, you know, thing with it.
I
It's
might
made
try
with
it.
one of the strands that got orange in the name. So it got kind of like
I'll try it.
orange. But you passed me those right there. It's
Here
my
you
second
are.
time having it. The CEO be at the liquor store by my crib doing samples and shit. So
That tea? Yeah, you're all right. That tea is
Dangerous.
right.
Dangerous.
Y'all getting on any of these?
It's so dangerous.
We just popped, so you trying to get on? No? No?
yeah, pass me that.
Just a half? Just a half?
Just a half. We doing what you
A half, boy?
Just-
a quarter? A quarter?
look. What you whistle?
Right.
Little pop on your pistol?
Oh.
Little boom on your missile? Shh, quiet while he's pouring. Oh, I thought this damn thing was blue, bruh. Oh, it's just the bottle got a nice little tint. That's cool.
I think it's just the bottle got a nice little tint to it.
Yeah, that bitch. I thought that shit was blue when it come out. Shit look like that shit Buddy Love was drinking. I thought it was gonna look at your cup, boy.
Pretty nice vodka. I rock with him. You know what I'm saying? Keep hollering at the CEO, see what he talking about. Definitely.
Do your motherfucking thing. Do your motherfucking
He
thing.
definitely spotted me when I walked in the liquor store the first time because I had my weed attire on, the socks, and the weed shirt. And he was like, "Hey man," like,
I'm not gonna pour mine
"I
as
know you gonna like this."
I ain't gonna
It's
pour
made from
mine as
weed.
a sipper. I'm gonna pour mine as a sipper. I was like, y'all doing them shooters on some shit like that.
Yeah.
I gotta sip this. Oh yeah, that's too dangerous. That's dangerous.
Yeah. It's like a real tea with.
Yeah, cause that's 60 proof tea basically. That shit tastes like 60 proof tea.
That's why
That's wow.
shit moving. Shout out to them, man. It's two black dudes that own it out of Dallas.
That's cool. That's extra cool. Super cool, actually. You know. That's litty.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. But the fanciest motherfucker in the room.
That right there.
The raw ass catcher, bro.
Oh wow.
Shit's pretty official.
With the holder.
$7 on Amazon, yeah.
With the holder grip on it. I see you. Doing it big.
Yeah. Make it a little bit easier for the podcast, you know what I'm saying? I could just sit back right here. I ain't got to do all the reaching and shit.
My boy said he too good to ash.
Stepping up to that next level.
He said he too elevated to ash.
Yeah, I mean, this nigga's paying niggas to roll blunts, like, and this is a little bit more modest than that.
Oh, it's definitely more modest than that. I don't think I'm ever gonna get to the point where I don't want to roll my own J's.
No, that's a part of the smoking process. Like,
The ritual.
Like if you get I feel like once you get to that point, you might want to just go ahead and just stop. If you're too lazy, like that's literally like half. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say a quarter of the fun, not half the fun for sure. The fun is in.
fuck around and pitch whoever roll your shit off and
Right, you feel me?
spike your shit. You gonna be mad than a motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't even. You know what I mean? While we here, you know, like I feel like if you're not twisting up, like that's wild. Like, so what you don't smoke when he ain't around? Like
That nigga off
she ain't
today.
around. Like so what you don't smoke? What you gonna do? Like that's crazy.
Hey, nigga, you gonna be off for a week, nigga. Roll all these
And see, then I
before you
think,
leave.
yeah, I was about to say that's when I think, okay, so it's like 36,000 a year, right? But then how many hours in that one day you got me rolling? You know what I'm saying?
Well-
Are we rolling 12 hours a day?
I would think it's more
We have
so
a
about
shift.
volume.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know exactly how many a person could do, but I imagine you could roll quite an efficient amount of J's or B's in an 8-hour period. Like if you was just
Right.
for 8 hours straight with a lunch break, all you did is you come back and you break down some more. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm pretty sure that's at least 100. So I probably ain't gotta work with like 2-3 days a week, if that, cause you're not blowing through 100 of these bitches a day.
Well,
If you is, just go ahead and do crack, cuz you will. Just go ahead and reach your calling. You smoking that many? Like I don't think Wiz blow no 100 or like in 2 days.
You said J's?
Like J's.
What he say?
100
He
J's.
smoke like an ounce a day or 2 ounces a day or
Yeah,
some
but
shit
you know
like
they be
that?
blowing like 3.5, so
Yeah.
ain't that hard to smoke a zip. It's only 28 G's. You blowing some more time. They got 7 in a big cone, or you got 3.5 in this one. That's 10 right there. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that ain't that hard to fathom, especially
Him and Snoop be
right. I was
smoking
gonna
them
say
big-ass
that ain't
joints
that
where you
hard to
gotta
fathom,
have a
especially when
torch
you
as
get it
well.
out the muscle like that, where you got your own strain and you know what I mean. Like at this point, I don't think he like, you know what I mean. Like he smoking KK.
Yeah.
That's what he smoked, KK, Khalifa, Kush. So you know damn well he not also having to go to the goddamn dispensary and buy his own shit. Like, hey, it's me. I'm Wiz Khalifa. Like that's like no. He go
You don't go to the front. You go in
right.
the back.
He go in the bag. He go grab him a bag and then he leave.
How much you need? All right, well, I'll send Tom over later on and drop off
Right.
the inventory.
You know what I'm saying? They be having deals with whole farms and shit. He don't pull up to no
Right.
damn dispensary in the first place.
Right.
They pull up to a grower house and
You
get
definitely
right.
got to know those farmers.
Yeah. That'll be a nice level to get to right there.
Oh yeah, that's definitely on the bucket list.
Right, to have your own
With the
strain
way
and
shit going, man, I
Man.
think like we need to get there sooner than later, man. I seen
Yeah, Texas probably got a good year or two.
the way they eat people changing, bro. I think if I'm not mistaken, bro, and I looked that shit up, but I think Mississippi just legalized that shit, bro.
Yes.
I think, yeah, like what was it, 5 to
Backwoods
7 states?
Mississippi,
Yes.
bro. Backwards town, Mississippi. Now
Jersey.
I gotta go to his hometown. I'm trying to see how they change the
I
landscape.
remember a
Like,
podcast back. He was like, man, I done went back. You don't understand coming from where I came from.
Yeah.
And now he's like, oh, we gotta go check out
That could be the moneymaker right there.
Right.
Shit, true. No, and I mean, no, I get why Mississippi would. It ain't like it did much shit there. So they got all like with them legalizing it. I'm knowing it's already a power move because they ain't looking at it from the state. They looking at it from a mass production. They produce cotton, they produce corn, a lot of that shit. Now, a farmer that own that same 40 acres of land, 20 cotton, 10 corn or whatever, other 10 straight, dank.
Dang spirits.
Straight dank. We growing at
Big fields.
big fields.
Big trees, literally 6 feet, 7, 8, 10
Right.
feet tall.
Right.
We're going.
Greenhouse in the back.
Right.
All that.
24/7, year round. Right. Automatic system.
Get it
artificial
in.
Imagine, like, you know what I'm saying? That's all in Mississippi land. That's all. When you pass through, you done been there. When you pass through, all you see land, fields, some tract out there somewhere, some water thing. Like, yeah, bro, that's literally like, cause you know, in them other places, they got to go find areas to grow the shit. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like Mississippi got one city, and people always like, no, it's like, no, they got one city. That's Jackson. That's the only place that I would consider a city. Everything else it might be more urban than, I mean, it might be more populated than necessarily the majority of the rural areas, like a Yazoo or Biloxi or maybe even like Meridian. But them shits ain't no like big, like right, or with nothing that's like going on. Like they ain't got nothing going on there that gonna make you be like, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, let me come back here. Like all we got is the casinos. We on the Mississippi River.
Yeah.
Where I'm from, we got. I don't know if it's. I think it's like 5 now. I think freedom went down. But when you start talking about that, now you adding in. All right, weed legal, and you got all these casinos in places like Vicksburg, Biloxi, Tunica. Start a little bit. Be a little bit more razzle dazzle, a little bit more meat on the bone for a different demographic that might not actually come through before. But now, hey, shit, I might slide through for a little bit. Because I'd be interested to see what some Mississippi grown shit smoke like.
Yeah. Right on. You already know.
Listen, brother. Every goddamn podcast, you making a bunch of goddamn noise. The whole damn podcast. Then you look down like, did I do that? No, yes, you definitely did that, nigga. Did nobody else do that? I like to point it out. Put it on the cam. Let them know what exactly they just heard. But, yeah, man, it's getting crazy out here, bro. Mississippi just made it legal. I think New Jersey just made it legal.
Yeah.
Like, I wish these motherfucking United States had gone quit playing.
Arizona?
And
Were they one of them? Yeah.
and gone legalize this shit
Yes.
for the United States.
It
Cause
had been medical for a while too, anyway.
yeah, it's been medical for a while. Now it's getting to the point that it's recreational and they doing it everywhere. Which they been.
I mean, when
should've
you
been
buy
doing.
LA and Vegas, like you might as well fucking.
Right. It's a given.
Well, those places, I was surprised they took as long as they did.
Yeah.
I'm more surprised with like the places that's not close to them. Like, what was so crazy to me, the one I never forget was when they legalized that shit, recreational use, in Washington, D.C. So the nation capital, you could buy weed from any goddamn dispensary or something like that legally. Right. And it's a motherfucker going to jail right down the damn street from the nation's capital for having weed.
Yeah.
From the nation's capital. Not the capital of your city, the capital of the United States.
Right.
And a motherfucker going to jail right down the street. Like, even if it's not right down the street, it could be across the country. You could buy weed by the president's house and smoke weed in front of the White House. Then you go back home and get arrested.
Right.
For that same weed that you had bought in front of the White House.
Shit crazy.
It's wild as fuck and crooked and backwards.
Yep.
From the same shit you bought at the White House. Your ass go to jail from it. As soon as you chill back down. That shit's still crazy. But yeah, no, it's finna get real. Now, I think they going a little too far though. I mean, well, I don't know how to say it, man. I don't know, man. Y'all seen that shit, right? I think it was Seattle.
Oh.
Yeah, they went ahead and legalized everything, man.
Oh, yeah.
They said, man, we don't care if it's coke, man, we don't care if it's heroin, we don't care if it's goddamn bath salts, man, PCP, whatever it is, man. Go on and do you.
Well, I mean, it's not like technically like that because if you get caught with it, you got to pay the fine and do
Right.
the rehab shit.
Right.
I mean,
But
But I mean, in my opinion, I think it's a
it's a good move.
yeah. it's a
brother,
good
you know how
move. It'll
many,
get some
you know how
people
many,
that's
you know how
on the
many
fence.
black people went to jail in the crack epidemic for them to go backdoor that and make the same shit that crack made with and shit, like a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, but
Like
I
this
mean, shit.
motherfucker
At the
doing-
same time,
There's also a lot of addicts
they
too.
they
There's a lot of
realize, you know what I'm
problems,
saying, like
issues with that.
whoever was probably in power before us fucked up, like, and now it's our chance to get the shit right.
Oh, that's
'Cause
actually a very positive way of thinking.
Because you
about
know
that.
on that side, you know what I'm saying, them niggas is still like protesting and shit. Like they.
Oh yeah, no, they
you
going
know what I'm
hard.
saying?
Gotta
Like-
shout them out for that. Definitely in Oregon, they've been doing this shit for 6 straight months now. Like they been every day been a motherfucking. You might be late to work.
Yeah.
Why was you late? Man, they had a goddamn roadblock. Police got to fighting with a. Never know up in that motherfucker, but I don't know, man. I mean, that's a positive way of looking at it.
It takes, but like that's what everybody want. Like niggas, like the rules ain't changing and it's not getting fair for anybody. And then when they do, like shit, nigga, all right, we gonna improve this shit and we gonna get you some help. Like,
Right.
you gonna take the help because we giving it to you, and
that's
you don't have a
where-
choice. And if you fuck it up after that, that's on you because you fit to be right back in the same fucking situation.
Let's take it a step farther. Like I know your mama. Do you think that this move was because they just want to do the right thing, or because, and I mean this in no disrespectful way, too many of the nation's majority population is getting addicted to all these hard drugs?
I mean, in places like Seattle and shit where like suicide is high anyway, like you could see why they would do some shit like this.
So you think it was just a pure,
You got to improve the area that you live
pure-
in. You know what I'm saying?
a pure like move for the bettering of the
Collective?
the collective, not like done because.
Yeah, I feel like for people that can go out and protest like months later after everybody else is like going back. I mean, you could ride downtown Dallas and it'd be like groups of maybe like 30 people protesting something like every day, but it's not like.
Or you got them boys on the street with the combat boots on telling you how the Hebrew Israelites was the real. Look, brother, let me holler at you. See Jesus, the real Jesus.
Nigga, they do that in L.A.
Not
We
the-
went
not
to
the Jesus
Hollywood,
y'all was
bro,
talking about.
And they got the speakers because you know everybody down
Yeah.
there be performing and
Yeah.
shit. So it's just like, yeah. I mean, shit. Like out west, you know, they got Silicon Valley and they got all the shit. Like a lot of the tech shit, Seattle and all up and down the West Coast. Like it's like forward thinkers out there. So like, I wouldn't see them like trying to. $100 off of everybody. Like it's not really worth it if we fist to, you know what I'm saying, pay to help you get rehab. Like,
You know why I asked it, right? Because you see all them damn commercials now that you never saw before. You know, you need help. We're here for you. If you're addicted to any substance, please call 1-800. Get me off of this shit.
Right.
yeah. I mean, well, the commercials before was to prevent you from doing them.
Right.
Yeah,
And
no, they
now,
had to dare. Yeah.
Like niggas is doing it, and it's a part of the lifestyle now. So it's a different way to.
Well, I don't know. I'm just, I always think probably, I don't know, a pessimistic mindset. I don't know what it is. But I just always see it like an afterthought move for, like, when there was a drug problem in America and it was just black people, it was criminalization across the board. Like, regardless. Now that it's no longer black people that's the ones that's fucking off. Like, don't get me wrong, you still got a few crackheads out here sprinkled out throughout the the nation that's dealing with the shit from the black community side. But I just feel like in 2020 it ain't as many new crackheads as true crackheads, I would say, that's been doing it.
But is that
it's
from-
new pill poppers every day getting addicted to Xannies. It's new pill poppers every day getting addicted to Vicodins and oxycodones and it's new ways to do heroin, and they finding new ways to do all these drugs that are by and large, just keeping it a bean, not popular in the black community. I personally never met a black person that's ever done heroin. Not one. And I'm 31. I never met one black person that ever said they done heroin. And I'm talking about amongst crackheads or otherwise. I never met a crackhead that said he tried heroin. I never.
What type of form of heroin? Because there's pills that are heroin based or related to.
Oh yeah, they definitely are. But that's.
Well, I'm just saying in the sense like
that's not gonna be considered the same as that raw
Straight up.
form.
Okay.
When you see that brown shit
Right,
break
right,
out that
right,
motherfucking
right.
wrapper
Okay,
and
okay.
that shit is
Okay.
it's that shit. And it's that shit.
So
That boy.
So if the 80s was the push of the crack due to the large amounts of cocaine that was pushed upon the communities, maybe the 90s is just now the legalization of the pharmaceuticals to be pushed now.
What you
right?
mean?
Meaning that it transitioned to where now you don't have the crackhead anymore. Well, you do, but you don't because now it's legal. You just go to your doctor and be like, "Hey, I'm hurting back here," but all actuality, you're not hurting anymore. You're just addicted to the painkillers that they prescribe to you.
Well, we always knew, two things in America. Big Pharma is down for anything that's making them profit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, promethazine, which does have some heroin properties in it specifically. Specifically, if we want to get down to it, the group or the conglomerate that was activists, that dude that made some anywhere from $5 to $10 billion before they stopped allowing it to be prescribed and took it off the market completely. But when it was on the market, there was almost no one that was getting prescribed. Like, they knew exactly where that shit was going. It wasn't even like, you know what I mean? Like, activists was heavy in the streets. Right. They was literally your street dealer. They was doing it for the streets. Like, you motherfucker, the pharmacists will order a fucking 45 case. They had a backdoor deal with some dude that you never heard of, and he come through and he copped that shit. All that shit, they just re-up. Like, it was literally like that. Like, it wasn't even like they were trying to hide this shit. Like, that's why they end up having to shut the company down, because it literally became a thing where, like, bruh, even the government had to acknowledge, like, bruh, you not, have you ever prescribed this to anyone?
Yeah.
Like, we don't even feel like this is like, they still got, like, high tech and, you know what I mean, and walk hard and shit that they prescribe for pro-med. They literally stopped his ass because they was like, dawg, we never seen you prescribe this to nobody.
Nope.
You making this shit for the streets, bro. You not making this shit for no people. Like, we ain't seen one prescription on one of these bottles we confiscated. Not no label, nothing. These bitches is fresh out the motherfucking box, fresh with the motherfucking seal. Activists. That shit ain't never have not one prescription label on it nowhere. You ain't prescribed that shit to nobody, bro.
Man.
Y'all was just selling that shit. And you can't tell me they didn't know what was going on. Like, bro, your sales just started spiking out of nowhere. Like, you go from $1 million, $2 million profit, all of a sudden, like, yo, bro, you did $100 million. Well, why?
Peek here and there,
So,
little razzle dazzle.
have you ever heard of this thing called rap music? Well, actually, from what we understand, it's a very popular.
You know what? I think you need that when you speak in that type. I so saw it. I'm just saying, it's time.
Is it time?
It's time.
Oh, man. let's get real formal up in here, people.
Hopefully this is one of the thumbnail options, so I don't have that.
You know, we get right.
Shit.
Man, that nigga look like Money Mark, bro.
Let me just,
Hold on, bring
That nigga hit the damn.
let me just get right. You know what I'm
lay that
saying?
hoe down.
You feel- Wait, let me bust my wig.
Anime house.
There we go. Add a little razzle dazzle. You feel me? But yeah, bro, yes.
Say,
Do
what
you
was that
know
nigga
what's
name?
happening in the street?
Chappelle Show anchor.
Let me see
Yeah,
that brush,
that's
bro.
what that's what I
What
said
the fuck was
earlier.
that nigga
Let me
name?
see that
I
brush,
forgot his
bro.
name, but that's exactly what it reminded me of. You
Need
put
to
him in
get
some
right.
white paint. You put him in some white paint, straight
No,
up.
this out my eye, fam. Nigga, if you don't go on with that bougie shit. Brush been over here for goddamn 2 months, damn near. You left that whole every goddamn podcast, and now you want to
I
be.
brought it back today.
You want to be careful. Now he want to be careful. You forgot
That's
that
my
was over
portable
here.
brush, nigga. But
Fuck you, man.
He got his different attire brushes, right? You got the formal.
yeah, I could
you know,
travel with
the
that one.
to-go, the travel size. You know what I'm saying?
The
I'm
double
aware.
sided.
Where?
It's a little black thing. Like
Let me get it right. That's why I'm trying to get right. You feel me? I gotta get right. You know when as they say, when had to split the wig, as the ladies say. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and split the cap. You feel me? But yeah, bro, they be on there. You ever heard of activists? You know, and well, it's heavy on these rap records. He's like, oh, okay. Tell me more. 1 year, 100 million, as Jay-Z say. Next year, $1 billion. They dude literally retired. This dude literally retired off of straight activist sales. Like, I don't even, like, he might be still in Big Pharma, but after the money he made, I was like, it was like, I remember this shit because it was in a, I think it was a Vibe magazine, and it was like the $5 billion man behind activists or some shit like that. And they had did like an excerpt on it. You could look it up, yeah, like that dude, yeah.
Wow.
And after a while, like I say, they just decided they was gonna cut the shit. So it was like, what? Like, yeah. That's why these other brands became popular. Just because the king of the streets got taken out the streets. They said, we not gonna arrest you. Yeah. Like we should. We not gonna, you know what I'm saying, bring you up on no charges. We just gonna say you gotta discontinue it. That nigga look back at his vault. You like, fuck it.
fuck it.
Do what we got it in. I guess I go sit down with this 10 billion since y'all are punishing me.
So what was those 4 islands that I just passed by on the way here?
Right.
Let me go ahead and
Right. Like,
let me go ahead
guess
and
I'll
keep
go
taking
sit
my-
down with my
Let
10
me get
billion
on
since
them
y'all
hoes.
punishing me now. All
I'll
right.
just take my little ass and go ahead and go to this little area over here.
But yeah,
That's
I mean,
crazy.
so when you talk about like the promotion of like narcotics within the big pharma sector, they love acting like this shit don't do the shit that it do. And I remember motherfucker prescribing me some shit that when I got to the pharmacist and picked the shit up, the motherfucker literally make your ass sit down and damn near watch a video on the shit. Like, on the bar, let's say, if you do not use this, destroy the shit. Like,
That's what I was talking about on the other podcast.
Yeah,
My
like-
homeboy was like, "You got these?" And I was like, "Nigga, I'm not taking that shit."
like right, bro. Like, and you prescribing me this shit? Like,
Heard on the radio the other day when they were talking about that, they were like, turn in your prescriptions. And I'm like, what? Like, turn in your prescriptions day. And I'm just like, that's serious. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right. I would think what they're going to probably do is take them, break them down, make them into new things. They're going to probably reuse them in one way or another.
probably just gonna redistribute them. They like turn them in, so they're like better profit margin. Like
Well,
if we
is
ain't gotta
there
make no more
expirations
pills,
on
we can
things
just take
at
yours and
times?
rebottle them hoes.
There's expirations, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because they not as potent. That's what I was saying. They might. It's like a, you know, like give me your old car, give me your junk car, and I'll sell all the parts out of the fucking car. I done made my money off the vehicle.
Just take it out the fucking rapper. God damn, Smokey.
I was like, what? I had no idea.
God damn.
No. See, you would have never known if you weren't looking at me.
My bad. I guess it's just my view, man. Maybe I need to switch sides.
Here I am just. I got frustrated. God damn it.
No, yo, that.
Amongst all the sun. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I'm
No, I think it's that what is it, Frenchy Bouillet? Cause that's all I drunk. I took one shot of it and I sipped on it, and I already feel a little. Oh, wait.
I was scared
That
of
bitch
that.
look crack.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't want you to, pull another
I peeped it.
video shoot.
No, it's all good. I peeped it when you gave it to me.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't want another video shoot. Circumstance.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
as well.
I ain't gonna lie though. Our priorities when it comes to the equipment is on point. Everybody's reactions is strictly numbers. Oh shit, which one cost the most? This one. This one.
Man.
Meaning
For sure.
equipment.
I had to bust my ass and break one of them goddamn lights.
Straight up.
That's what it's gonna come down
Cause
to.
you ain't everybody gonna just look at you and be like,
I already broke one of them.
I can go sit down and lay my ass down.
it's different though. It's your stuff.
I'll just say, you do what you want to do with it.
I was out there. I was outside recording this nigga shoot fireworks off, and the wind blew hard just one time, bro, and it was just like.
I go lay my ass on my motherfucking couch, put some ice on my shit or something. I don't know. Before I do that, you got me fucked up. You under dead. But bro, that shit is like I say, that shit in Seattle, bro. You gotta sit back and. I don't know, man. I think you might be right. Just
It ain't too many cities or states that's just gonna be like, hey, bro, like we need to.
Dealing with an epidemic
Yeah.
like that on that
You gotta know
level.
why I say they gotta be dealing with an epidemic. I don't think they just did it just for the love.
Yeah,
of
that
just
area got like
realizing-
high suicide rates and fucking.
Right, but my only point was to that when it's just black people, they don't change no laws when it's like something that's like clearly
Well, right.
Like you see what I'm saying? Like
right.
like
So
a
then that's
nigga
what I was
getting
saying.
30 years for selling an ounce of weed.
Right. And that's
That shit
and
only
that's
in the
where-
street. That shit
but
cost
that's-
get you like $500, bro. Like, but
That's
you
the-
making it weed. But if I can go to Walmart and steal something for $500 and it's a misdemeanor, you catch me with the same amount in dollar value for weed, and I get 10 years for the shit.
Right.
Knowing black people primarily only dabble in one particular drug the most. And I say drug lightly. You know what I mean? Because they put weed on the same schedule as fucking heroin and
Schedule one bullshit.
MDMA and
You
all
got
of this
people-
shit. Like,
you got people that believe a movie called Reefer Madness. That's what's sad. You have generations of people that have
Same
been
dollar
told-
value.
that told somebody your mama or your granddaddy told
Bro.
you.
Well, out here you get they give you like the citation and shit.
no, they just started decriminalizing. That was like a year ago. But that's
Now, yes.
yeah, that's just now.
Yes.
But imagine that. We talking about a year ago. Imagine like that's what I'm saying. Think about how long or how many people in Texas right now is in jail for the same amount that they decriminalized it to. I think it's like what, less than 4 ounces.
Right. Yes.
They ain't taking it to the lab.
Right.
Think about how many cats I got stopped with three zips,
Right.
and they got sent up the road.
Right.
I got caught with a stick. Like we done talked about this plenty of times. Like, it's-
You say you got hit with a what?
I got caught with that stick.
Stick
So
or what?
Right.
The little stem.
yeah.
Like,
Right. And got sent up the road. Like, that's how they doing it. Like, so, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm happy that they finally coming to their senses and decriminalize and shit that shouldn't be criminalized. Because me personally, this is how I feel about criminalization. You can criminalize whatever the fuck you want, but what you can't criminalize is what the people do. Like, as a nation or whatever, you can say whatever you want to be criminalized, but I think it's oftentimes like the way that every situation is handled is that the opposite way it's supposed to be handled. Like we the people are what form the United States, and we the people are the people that, for the most part, sustain the United States. So if a motherfucking group over here want to do coke, the state shouldn't be allowed to just necessarily make this illegal. Like, because now we talking about a governing body over some shit, but you're hired to do what is desired of the people. So if we want to do this shit, you supposed to figure out the medium in which you can make it safe for us to do this shit in that way. So at least, you know what I mean, like how even with how they do liquor, like right,
but
you can drink up to a certain point, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe you can smoke to a certain point. Maybe you can smoke to a certain point, or if you can't do that with that type of shit, like you say, quantify to what you can or can't have, like.
Yeah, because that's how it was when we went to L.A., like the Uber driver, he was like, yeah, man, like, we can smoke out here, but while I'm driving, like, I can't be high. Because if they be like, oh, you high, then you going to fuck around and get in trouble.
Right,
yeah.
right. But that makes sense. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can put in some circumstances because you supposed to be in the mind of keeping motherfuckers safe.
Yeah.
That's what made me upset about this shit, because I'm just talking about all the motherfuckers that went to jail for using.
Right.
Fuck the motherfuckers that was selling. You see what I'm saying? Motherfuckers used to like and go to jail for using. Like, how the fuck you gonna tell me what I can do to my body? They like putting me on trial for murder because I tried suicide. Now I'm on trial for attempted murder. You ain't never heard of that shit. So how the fuck is you gonna come back around and then tell me,
like
oh,
fucking Plaxico Bird.
You see what I'm saying? And tell me, oh well,
and went to jail for 2 years.
And for 2 years, like fam, it was me. I'm the culprit.
Nigga shot himself and went to jail for 2 years, bro. That's punishment enough, nigga.
Right, like that's what I'm saying, bro. In the leg too, like right by the dick. I can't even get no pussy, bro. Like for a minute, bro. Like damn, bro. Like wow. And then y'all gonna send me to jail? Like I'm the motherfucking suspect. I fit the description. I know because it was me. I was there. I swear, I'm the person. Yeah, bro, but technically you discharged a firearm in a public place. We can't allow that.
In New York.
Yeah, man. So the gun is legal. Also, I didn't discharge it. It went off by accident. I did not pull out a gun and shoot myself in the leg. Like, I didn't go, you know what? Fuck this shit, man. I'm bored. Poof.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't do that one.
Cheddar Bob.
like Cheddar Bob the fuck out of himself. He did, though.
Yeah.
Cheddar Bob the fuck out of himself. He did. But no, he did the ultimate Cheddar Bob. I had to call his a Cheddar Bomb. Because not only did you shoot yourself in the leg, bitch, you didn't go to the hospital. You went to jail. My boy got a motherfucking dash number with the orange boy. Well, can you imagine like explaining that what a nigga see? Like,
what you in here for?
What you in here for? You gotta make some shit up. Man, them pussy ass nigga tried me at the club, bro. I had to pull that thing on him, man.
I was extra ready, so I was just a little too extra ready.
Yeah. No, you can't explain what happened.
You gotta hit the soldier boy, my nigga. Man, it was like 5 niggas that.
Know what I'm finna say, bro?
Like, blah, blah, blah,
you can't explain exactly what happened. You gotta infer, like, man, I pulled that thing, man. When I pulled that thing, I had my shit out and I got shot in the leg, bro.
I couldn't even see, and I was just like, da da da.
I got shot in the leg. You feel me? Like, I pulled that thing, I got shot in the leg, bro. You gotta leave out that key part. I shot me in the leg. Just say I pulled out that thing, which is true. And I got shot in the leg, which is true. Now the random events in between there, I won't explain. I just say I pulled out that thing, and then I felt a gunshot in my leg, and I fell down. And what did you shoot yourself, bro? Man, it was crazy in there. I don't know, bro. I just know. Shit, man, I just felt myself get shot in the leg. That shit had hurt, so I just fell down. You feel me? Like
it might have ricocheted off something.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. It was dark and I really couldn't say, bro.
You know, bullets don't go straight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, these were them. You ain't seen them new curve hollows? Bitch, curve. Like, yeah, man, that shit was crazy, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, I done seen some bullets with some fucking looking like a propeller on that hoe. No bullshit. I was like, damn.
It was a propeller on the bullet.
It looked like it. Like
Was
had
it indented, like cut?
So like
or was
the
you
so
talking
like
about
the
Like a
so
shot
like,
and then
so
the
like
front
the
open
front
up?
so like the front was like a screw, and the back had like two like
grooves?
like fins. You know what I'm saying? Like that bitch is gonna travel through water.
I mean, that just don't sound like a aerodynamic or realistic.
It
bullet.
was something
It
like
probably
that.
was like I would picture that to be more like either a prop bullet or like one of them just a theatrical
'Cause I was
collection
like,
bullet. I don't think that was like. I think that might have been like some
Pull that
art.
hoe up.
Shit, pull it up. I just don't think that'd be a shoot.
Actually goes. Well, that's
Yeah, I
a
was gonna
possibility.
say, I don't
That's
think
a possibility.
I can't think of
That's
no
a possibility.
gun that's bored that
That's
way
true.
to where the cylinder is gonna allow for you to shoot something with that many like I guess augmentations to it, and then it still fire with any type of real trajectory.
Well, understand when I explain, I'm not explaining to detail, so I can't even hold you to that one at all.
Oh no, I know. I'm
So-
just thinking about like you
Just
know
being clear on that one.
like
my bad.
cause you know the barrel be rifle, so it just don't. It just ain't no. I can't picture the grooves being made in a way that allow for it to be rifled
It to come
and
out.
it spin as it's coming here. Like it's either gonna have to be like a straight line bullet, and then that bitch ain't gonna have no rifling, so that bitch gonna bust like a musket, or that bitch ain't gonna. Like I can't picture no way you shoot that hoe and that hoe actually travel down range, like for real. Don't get me wrong, if it's just one of them, like, you know, they got all different types of gun. They got a gun with like 4 faces, 2 faces. They got one with like probably like a triple head,
So
octagon
that
shaped
Yeah.
shit. But don't expect that hoe to go no further than where you standing. So they make them John Jeff for like up close combat. You know, when a nigga pull up and it just Duke Nukem right here though. Like we gotta be where we at. Ain't no shit. Could shoot a motherfucker across the goddamn way. But nevertheless, you know, shout out to Plexico and his legs. Shout out to quiet while he's boring. Shout out to Seattle legalizing some shit that's I'm interested to see how it plays out, being real.
Yeah.
Cause with you decriminalizing shit like that, like I know what the intent is.
I mean, it's not decriminalized. You still get in trouble for it, but
No, it is decriminalized. Decriminalizing doesn't always mean like it's no. That when it's decriminalized is the word you use, because otherwise they would just say it's no longer illegal. Like decriminalization mean that the repercussions of the criminal act have been downgraded. That's what decriminalization would mean. Like that's what you're saying. Like, because otherwise they would just say you can
I see
roam
what you're
free.
saying.
You see what I'm saying? Like it would just be like boom. Which I'm glad they didn't do that and just go ahead and take no hold bars. And now you got niggas off here like off a whole, the snort of the whole ball, and then they jump behind by they damn something and jump behind the wheel. Like boy, you ain't gonna even know you hit a motherfucker. You gonna be riding around like a Futurama car or some shit. Just,
That's just crazy. Oh my goodness.
bro, shit, nigga, be getting it in, bro. Like by themselves, I couldn't picture it, but nigga be getting it in.
Is there any nose cavity left?
Nah, bro. It ain't.
Anything?
a day, like I don't know.
I don't know. I was just saying. I'm just saying. Like, I'm just.
I mean, realistically, at any
I
given
have
time, snorting the ball is not
I don't know.
really.
That's what I was thinking. I was just like, I don't know.
like you can get plenty high of like a G. A ball is 3.5. So you doing 3.5, either you like dead inside or or I don't know what to tell you. Like you on some totally different other shit. Like totally different
Unless you're
other shit.
dabbling in like other things with that. Because
Even
the
then,
way
like,
it's
nah, you'd have to,
personified, like on movies and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like people that would do something like that. I mean, I don't know.
Well, no, those be people that, like, I can see how a motherfucker get to that point, but it gotta be a motherfucker that's got like that type of shit at their disposal. Like for instance, Scarface, he had like whatever amount he want, so it ain't nothing for him to get. He snorting some shit bigger than that damn spoon, as a line. You feel me? So if that's what you accustomed to, then yeah, you could do a ball in probably 15 minutes. But for the majority of people, like, nah, that's like a grip. Like, you doing some wild ass shit right there. Like, it's kind of like, I mean, well, it's definitely not the same, but it's very similar. Like with green, like, you know, you got some cats. They roll up a J, lit 2.5, 0.50, and get zooted. Then you run to the next cat. Shout out to Moolah. I need a backwood, man. I gotta have they putting 3.5 in the wood, bro. That's the only way they smoke. So they blowing a 7 every 2 every two blunts.
That sound like back in the day.
You feel me?
With Reggie.
You feel me? They blowing a 7 every 2 blunts.
Shit,
You feel me? They blowing a 7 every 2 blunts. That same 7 might last you 3 weeks. Smoking how you smoke. Like I say, you doing 0.25s, 0.50s. Now every 0.50, of course, that's a G, so it only lasts you a week. But you doing 0.25, that's 2 weeks. I'm just going by the mathematical breakdown. I wasn't saying like for real. Don't go start like I heard it.
Real soon.
I don't want to be the very eyes. Maybe. Perhaps. Nah, I mean, like, if you know, I mean, if you're doing 0.25, now if you're doing 0.50s, like I say, every 2 is a gram, so nah, it probably might last you a week. Nonetheless, you talking about versus a motherfucker 7.5 might not last them a day.
Yeah.
Now I don't know what a motherfucker be smoking different. 'Cause nigga be smoking pretty strong, and I don't know no scenario where I've been in necessity for smoking an eighth at a time, and it wasn't like 420 or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't no like we just doing some wild shit just to do some wild shit. But I know motherfuckers, this is their literal daily habits. My dog right there, he'll tell you, bro, like niggas blowing 4.5s out the wood of some Zaza. That's how they smoke. I'm like, shit. I'll be just like, hey, bro.
I don't know if I can even roll that.
I'll be like, just cut me off that first part. I'm going to just do that part. I'm going to just do that part. And I'm going to be done. Y'all can smoke the rest of it. Fuck it. What you mean? Like, I just never needed that. Like, I never needed that much to be like, litty. Like, nah, that shit just too much. Like, even when I smoke, like, even when I used to roll, like, cause you know, in the regular side 1 1/4, you might do 0.25. In the king side, you probably doing like a 0.50. You might do like a 0.70. You know, it's a little scale to it, depending on how nug you rolling that hole. But generally speaking, you can't even fit to, damn king size or other, you know what I mean, raw. So they be rolling like woods and shit where you got to put all this shit in here because you got to reinforce the integrity of the damn cigar you just bust up to roll this shit. So, yeah, I get how you rolling the 3.5 because that's about how much you need to fill this cigar back up to the normal size. But same token, I be feeling like they don't really be getting zooted because they be smoking too much wood. Like, when I'm smoking, like, I done, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I done smoked a J. I done smoked a B before. Not, no time, long time ago. Long time ago. Now, not no current shit, but I done blew a B. And, you gotta smoke, you can smoke that whole thing. Versus when I roll that paper, especially on the king side, I'm blowing half that bitch and putting it down. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting by myself smoking no whole king side. For what? I'm not even doing shit. I'm just playing the game. Like, what are you talking, like, for what? Now, don't get me wrong, if I probably blew like all day on some currency shit, you might get to the point just because you develop a tolerance. But generally speaking, like, it ain't necessary. And even him, I done seen him smoke, and he don't just do that. And he got this shit, you know what I mean, to the utmost. He smoked till he said he can put it down. He be on the interview. You know, he ain't just sitting there just, no, he not. Like, what? For what? Like,
They gonna be sleep like a mother.
you know what I'm saying? Like, for what, bro? Like, what's your goal? At that point, I feel like you not smoking to get lit. You smoking for some other shit.
Are you on some shit and like you smoking because you can smoke unlimited like a
Right.
motherfucker?
Due to the other circumstances that are
Right.
going on.
Nah, that shit be crazy. But yeah, bro, they legalizing a lot of shit, man. I knew this shit was crazy when I looked up. I seen Mississippi. I had to text my dog. I said, man, I think Mississippi to legalize this shit. He said, nah. I said, yeah, bro, I'm looking at the article. It say, because it's just, if you ever been to Mississippi, well, not been, but if you ever stayed in Mississippi, you understand, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just even like that shit just never, ever, like, I would have thought Mississippi would have been the one state that the government would have to force to assimilate.
No, it's gonna be Texas. 'Cause
That's what it's seeming like. Yeah. Once they make a bill that say, you know, we taking it off the list completely, that's when, you know,
once
Texas gonna be down.
niggas get Abbott the fuck out of there. Like shit.
Shit, they can get him up out of there. It's coming up.
Yeah.
You know, election time is coming up for that type of shit right there. And as involved as motherfuckers was with this current motherfucking election shit, you definitely need to be the fuck involved with that type of shit, because that's the shit that matter. Motherfuckers love doing some shit that don't matter. Like, motherfuckers, and I want to say it don't matter, but the president operates from an executive level. You know, it's kind of like in a business structure where you work at this company. You got the CEO, then you got the CCOs and those execs. Then you get to your executive vice president, go down to your senior vice president, they go down to your assistant vice president, they go down to your managerial levels. And motherfuckers love talking about or selecting the CEO without any motherfucking concern to who they actual boss is finna be. So they bosses literally just running rampant doing just a bunch of shit motherfuckers don't agree with. Cause, you know, I know this because, you know, Texas is a, by and large, as the full state, not in certain areas, but by and large, a predominantly white place. Mm-hmm. But it ain't even as quiet as kept. White people is the people that do the most drugs. It ain't even quiet as kept. Like, some of the best dank I ever smoked.
The first.
You feel
Dank
me?
nigga came
Was
across.
you see what I'm saying? Like,
Alright.
some
Our Asians.
some little, some them or Asian, some little skinny white boy, you know exactly the tone.
Mexicans.
Yeah, what up, bro? Like, shit, no, we over here, we about to do some bong rips. You down?
What are those?
Right. Oh, you don't know what bong rips are, bro?
Nah.
Bro, all right, watch this. Hey, bro. Hey, Jeff, hand me that. Like, they love that shit. Like, this ain't even no shit you had to pay for. They just like, all right, I'm putting light this right here. You just pull on it. Just toke. Just keep pulling till you can't do it no more. All right, toke. You about to fucking pass out. Like, bro, I don't even never smoke in my life. Like, now I'm high as ball sacks. Like, yeah. Well, no, we're fucking, because you know, and I mean, maybe it's demographics or whatever, but you know that I got 5 on it. That came from the black community, you know, because if you can't puff if you ain't putting in on this. It was the black person motto. White boys just like, yo, bro, let's all have fun. Like, yo, bro, I got this 7 from my guy, man. It was a steal, bro. He sold it to me for $140. Like, what? Goddamn 8 was $70. I mean, that damn quarter was $70 in the hood. Yeah. So I'm to him for double, but hey, man, he had some pills, you know, and they love sharing. just keeping it a bean, especially with some shit like that. Like, they love sharing. I mean, as you know, salute to them. You know, I done had some of my funnest times just off of some shit like that. I'm saying, like, whether I had it or not, it ain't even no thing like that. It's more like, you know, they just want everybody to have a good time. Like, they have smoke parties. Like, you know, be 4 or 5 people over there. They all just playing video games, listening to music while, you know what I'm saying, they just pass the shit around. Like, you know, you got to come in with your own shit, roll your own shit, smoke your own shit. Try to get lit up in a motherfucking Blackbird's a household like that. They come over like, nah, we ain't having like no. Now, don't get me wrong, you got people like that, you know, but them usually the haves, not the have-nots. The have-nots is staying jet, or they rolling some shit that you gonna down there have a brain aneurysm trying to pull on, you know.
Yeah.
White boy, we done packed the ball so thick. Motherfucking bone go around 4 times. They still smoking out that same fucking one.
Have you smoked out of one of these? Like, nigga, no.
No, I haven't, bro. Why do you have a water jug with no bottom? Put it over your head. No, just put the whole thing over your head. All right, bro. I'm gonna light this stem. When I light this stem, you gotta inhale all of the smoke inside the jug. How, Sway? Just do it, bro. Just do it. You can do it, bro. Nope. Oh, wait. You got to clear that, bro. That's still you. Bro, I don't want no more. No, that's yours, bro. Oh, you bitching out? You bitching out, bro?
Right.
He bitching out. I'm good, bro. I don't want no more. No more.
Yo.
That's how I was on my first dab hit. I was like, ooh, nope.
Bruh. Bruh.
Nigga hit that hole like he was a regular bong, bro.
Bruh. Worst experience. Well, I won't say worst experience because, you know, that shit gets you lifted. But I don't know if it happened to you, bro. But when I hit that hole that first time, it hurt my chest so bad, but I could not cough. I don't know if you ever had that feeling where, like, it was so strong, it was like,
coughing for
it was like
5 minutes.
Drank some water, like, I could not cough. Like, and that shit was scaring the fuck out of me because it was like, that shit had just, like, stopped my whole breath process. Like, I think I forgot how to breathe for, like, 2 seconds or something. Like, I could not, like, because, you know, that dab, them bitches are a totally different beast, boy. Like, you think you ready?
Yeah, I was like, oh,
You know
this
what I
nigga
mean?
put this little bitty ass.
Because, you know, they all there, they don't put that like you. So
I
you
was like,
think
all
it-
right, the smoke
bro,
a
you
little
like,
bit
I'm-
thicker,
I'm-
but
man,
I got this.
Man, I'm the chief Keef, bro. Bro, I'm the chief Keef of this shit. I'm the chief of Keef, you feel me? Or chief, you feel me? Yeah. And then like, all right, boom. And then like you say, get a little nail, they got a nail head like that whole up.
That's all
then,
he put in there? Like
yeah,
same
bro.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm not even sitting here thinking like, okay, this shit finna be strong as fuck. And it should dawn on you that the scientific process they gotta go through all to let you know this ain't finna be nothing regular. You can't even smoke this shit with no lighter. No, he gotta have a torch. Yeah. And he gotta heat the bitch up until that bitch turn iron
That nigga
red.
just around
like,
that hoe, like-
right, like just lighting it up. Just iron, that bitch gotta be iron red before he even considers dabbing you. So this nigga literally had to put on his goggles and a white coat one. Wait, I'm like, you ready? Like, no. Nigga turn on a Bunsen burner. Put the You had a beacon, it was some water going through that whole circle. That's
Right. Oh my goodness.
and it be going right. He said, all right, bro. He's like, you ready? You ready? I was like, you ready? He's like, yeah, all right. Put that cap back on that bitch. Hit it. Man. Woo. Motherfucker for what?
Yep.
Bruh, talk about immediate. And that was the thing about this shit. Like, you know, you smoke a J, you can kind of gauge that shit. Because, like, all right, boy, we puff that hoe. It's all right, you know. You smoke a little bit more. It's like, all right, I'm getting lifted. No, that hoe's all or nothing. You go 0 to 100 immediately. I'm talking about the minute you inhale that hoe, as soon as you taste it, it's like,
Yep. Your head get hot instantly, nigga.
wow.
It was just like, oh, shit.
Right, like,
And then your chest
that's always a reaction. Oh, shit.
Then your chest burning and shit.
What did I just do? Like, let me go sit down. Be hot, sweating immediately.
All at the same time.
Bro, that cough be out this world. It be, man. on another motherfucking level. I'm talking about.
Yeah, that little like the leftover cough where it be.
Yeah, bro. Bruh.
You be
For,
like,
bruh, like, man, I'm all right. Like, wow. You want some more, bro? No.
You see them people be doing them like strings, like on the videos, where they just be like,
Yep, the wax strings.
or like they have like a decal of like something like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like an imprint of something.
And then they trace
And they
it
just
out.
drop
and
that
they
whole
Right,
thing.
and then they drop that thing, and I just be like, man, like,
Bro, when
and
people
they
get-
just steady be.
See, that's why I be thinking motherfuckers be doing heroin after that. Cause like, it just ain't no way you did that much wax at one time and it was like cool.
Yeah.
And I done seen some chicks do this shit. Like I remember watching some videos where like, yeah. And but that go back to what I was saying. Like they be big smoking. Like the first dab I ever got came from a white boy. Like that wasn't even. I mean, I don't know how out of turn I'm speaking, but that wasn't even no hood shit.
Right.
I never met one person in my hood that was dabbing before I met a white boy that was dabbing. Not saying that black people don't dab after the fact, but when it comes to that
was
tree,
introduced to that person?
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was probably a white boy. That was some white boy shit like that. Anything other than the nugs, man, and I don't know, maybe y'all got a different experience over there in the audience, but that shit was.
Yeah, for me, it's either been white people or Asians that done put me.
You
into
feel
the
me?
extra
Like
shit.
any of that
the
extra shit,
Kanagars and shit. Like,
any of that extra weed shit, it was not a black person that told me about it. I like don't get me wrong, like he told me about them, but like he said, who told him? Right. Same with me when it came to the dabbing or the keef, or we talking about the oils. Who told me? Yeah, that shit was not
Melanated.
Yeah, it wasn't in the hood like that. Just keeping the band like that shit. Now we be behind the curve when it comes to that, which makes it funny as fuck though when you think about it, cause you know in the end, white boy end up coming copping from some black dude that didn't even know about this shit till some other white boy had told him about it, then he go get it and overcharge for what they did to the Cold Crush. No, fuck that. If I'm not doing that motherfucker.
I already got mine queued up. Shit.
You got the camera on?
Yeah.
All right, I'm
we
just
good to
making
go.
sure we rolling. Hand me one of them, whichever one y'all pick.
You want to play Russian roulette with the shots?
Sure.
Oh.
You want to do that?
He said
I knew you was gonna pick that one. That's why I was looking at it like this nigga finna tell me to do the dank. Let me go ahead and try this hoe. This that Buddy Love concoction.
Shout out to Dank Spirits, man.
Wow, that's got a smell on it.
It's vodka, bro. Like,
Nah, it don't smell like that. Smell like lemon haze.
that's what it is. Our orange.
It smell like lemon
Okay.
haze, bro.
I'm trying to remember what weed strand it was. What?
It's either that or
It's a haze though, for real.
Yeah, or orange magenta or some shit. Shout out to Burner. What? Mind your manners. Trying to hide this from the camera, baby.
Man.
Out here living reckless.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Shit.
So, is we doing this shot or no?
Oh yeah.
And as always, make sure you pull up.
Shout out to Three Amigos, man. That is extremely smooth.
Shout out to High C. I don't know why McDonald's started playing.
Man, when they took it away, it was a problem.
Boy hit me with the juice box.
Wet.
Say I thought that too, but
Pause.
how's that a pause?
Cause so that boy hit me with the juice box, and then y'all reminded me that there used to be a song that meant something totally different. So,
I mean, it was just a key word that
You struggling over there
Trigger-
with that scroll,
triggered
though,
the
huh?
song
That
lyrics.
scroll is a...
yeah,
It's a
niggas
criminal
nigga talking
crossface,
bro,
though.
this nigga talking about me in tops, and this nigga can't even get the plastic off the straw.
Yo, hit
bro.
me with the criminal crossface right now, man. I can't do it.
That
Dude,
nigga
I saw him
struggling.
whip it off 4 times with his mouth. Then he done brought it down and... Okay.
Ooh, that's the good shit too. This ain't, you know what I'm talking about. This that real shit. You feel me? Woo! What you mean? I'm on a limousine riding, jet flying, skydiving,
Curvature seeing.
curvature seeing giant. Had to keep it around.
Oh, look at it. Look
I
at
rock-
it.
I rock now later flavors with Amari Gators. And being quite honest, I'm having a hard time keeping these boys down. Woo!
You got the flare? The 37 pieces of flare?
You know what it is.
Okay.
Where were we?
We was talking about the drugs and shit.
You know, we had got a little further than that.
Did we?
We were getting into detail of why and how, due to the black community and the white community, and how they go ahead and try to change things. Or now it's a epidemic because now it's a white community majority,
good.
and because it's majority now they're trying to take action. That's what the point that he was trying to prove earlier in that situation.
So, possibly. I have no clue.
Right on.
I didn't check. Wanted to come back in and, you know.
Oh no, I might be wrong, but I don't see that area as like an area where it's just like a large population of black people.
It ain't.
So, like,
So that's what I said. This decision was made on the fear fact that those were not the majority. If they were, and when they are, it's been proven. That's not treated the same. I.e. Detroit.
yeah, but like niggas
Car
know that
industry
that
came
shit-
back, but not in Detroit. Why? Detroit was the Motor City.
Right.
They brought it back, so they said in these voting, polls and all of these goddamn debates. But
Yeah, when they got bailout money and all that shit. But
so where are they? Not in Detroit. Detroit had become vast majority black people that were having things.
yeah,
And one thing America do not like, they wish they could fucking destroy it right now. They trying their hardest to figure out how to do it. It's just too hard in Atlanta.
yeah. I think it's
You don't
just a
think they don't wanna
Detroit
take Atlanta?
thing, period. Because I did one of the a training at my job, and it was a dude. He was the CEO of the energy company, and they was based out of Detroit. And them niggas was supposed to have to like lay off a lot of people and shit.
And so what they do?
Like, well, his shit was, you know what I'm saying, instead of laying off people, because we one of the main staples in Detroit besides the fucking car shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got to find a way where we can allocate money here and there so we don't have to lay people off, because it was like fucked up out there, period. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it was just like the car industry. I think just like Detroit, period.
Oh no,
It's just
Detroit.
like-
No, I wasn't saying it was the car industry. I was giving you an example. Well, I'm saying like when we was talking about how Seattle will do the shit.
yeah, but like Seattle, like
Now-
with them being like one of the tech,
I think it's Seattle, by the way. I don't know.
it's either them or fucking Oregon.
Yeah, Oregon as a state. I can't remember which one, but I know it's like I think Like they just did all of that.
Yeah, but it's one of them, and like that whole little section is like tech shit. So they, of course, they want to come up and they want to make it look good. So of course, if niggas is out here doing drugs, because the tech niggas is doing drugs, you know them niggas is out there.
Oh no, it definitely be the case. But see, the reality is, I'm not even arguing.
But if you're
that
not
point.
one of these tech niggas that's out here balling and like bringing in the bread, then you need to be making the area look what it's supposed to look like. Everybody can't be out here suicidal and looking like a fucking dope
Looking
fiend
like
and
the
shit.
Walking Dead scene.
The only
out
thing
the
I'm
streets.
saying, bro, when you talk about it from a statistical category, again, y'all know me, man. You know how I'm gonna come back as far as what I'm saying. I'm not saying nothing. Now we asked about my feeling, which I don't give a lot of. I try not to because that's like something we can argue about. If you coming at me about some shit, that's a debate. I know you stupid. That's statistically, proven. I know you stupid. You just don't like lending your opinion to anything, no matter what the circumstances are. So, especially when we talking about some shit that's gonna be recorded and sit down, I give my feeling after I make like the statistical analysis first. If I was talking about my feeling, I'd say yeah. Again, I think it's a good thing for Seattle, and also when we say things like the white conglomerate or white people, we're not talking about every white person that possibly exists. Because, there's, once again, people on here that I was talking about giving big ups to that were very much so white people. I'm not going to say no names, but shout out to them boys. So, no, we definitely not talking about all white people. But, when we talk about these things, gentrification in America is also a factual thing, and is primarily done by which demographic on a statistical breakdown. If you feel like you can refute me, go ahead and give me some statistical analysis of your own, and then we can discuss it. But up until that point, these are the facts. If they wasn't, and that was a double entendre if you didn't catch it. But if they wasn't, then let me put it all in your catcher's mitt. Historically, there wouldn't be laws such as redlining, which are been on the books since the earlier years, 60s and 70s, shit like that. This process that became called redlining, which stopped a lot of black people from being able to apply for jobs and things. Apply for loans and get those based on their jobs, based on wherever their zip code was. And it still happens, just not in an outright fashion. So now you would have situations where there are things where what they do is these same companies that was founded in those 50s and 60s that became dominators of the market in the 70s and 80s, they've only got richer since. Once you know what I mean?
Because they might not redline you no more, but you supposed to get that higher interest rate. You know what I'm saying? Or
You see what I'm
they just
saying?
to fuck you in some,
and not
in
only
some way.
that, it was like anything that's became or has to be monitored and then also be created as a law is something that's been going on before they was able to make that law to even make it illegal. But this happened back in the 60s. We now in 2020. If you don't think these people, the same people that's in market that figured out a way to adapt the business, then you out your mind. Because now they 60 and 70-year-old establishments that's been around since been around. So if you think they wouldn't be able to figure out a way to circumvent those little, because like when you talk about things that are finite, you got to realize that there are also variables that are not people. And so what that means is on either side, whether you could overdo it and be good, which I would hope that you are, with your shit, or if you overdo it and you just like cut a few corners that make you an extra few dollars per client.
Yeah.
Those extra few dollars when you go to talking about hundreds or thousands of sales on a product or millions of sales depending on who you are, those extra few dollars literally translate into that same exact number. So yeah, we made a little extra $38 per jump that we didn't have to make or that wasn't necessarily right. But that same $38 made us 38 an extra million.
Right.
Yeah, we'll do that on a project that normally supposed to cost $270, but we figured out a way to charge people $300 for it by doing these few things, not knowing or not enacting the fact that these might be either harmful to the customer versus what they could have did financially or something like that in the long run. Because even when you talking about something like car prices, right? They could physically do it different. They don't have to. You see what I'm saying? Because all of the price is gonna be factored into the interest rate, things like that. So depending on your credit, now let's hope you got 800, and then they gotta give you exactly what you asked for just to finance it and some shit. And then that's much so somebody that you probably don't want to deal with from a discrimination side point or like a unethically side point, if anything, because they got an 800 credit score and you don't walk around with an 800 credit score and no money. Coincidentally, Twitter thinks that you should give an 800 credit score more precedence than 800,000, but we won't discuss that right now. For real.
Yeah.
You know, that's the type of shit they be putting impressions on. But in the real world, yeah, an 800 credit score is literally walking around like looking like a bank.
Yeah.
Like,
Because, I mean, you still got to get processed for shit. And if niggas know that you can't afford it, they're not going to give it to you just because you got an 800 credit score, bro. Like, niggas is stupid as hell thinking that shit.
yeah, no, they not, but they not gonna give it to you. Like, I mean, because you got 800 credit score, so they have to explain. They have to like go to court and all of that shit. So they're not gonna do that. And that's just from a perception standpoint, because you know I worked in the car industry. You know what I mean? And one of the things I noticed is the way. One thing I will say about it, it wasn't outright racist. They discriminate against any poor people. They accommodate any people that look like they got it going on. Like I said, if you got an 800 credit score, that means you paid your bills on time and paid shit off. Regardless of whatever you make, from a credit standpoint, you are literally the farthest, the closest thing to a for sure thing.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just charge you 0.09 interest just to make you a customer and get that little bit out of those, because I can't really charge them nothing. They got an 800 credit score. Right. From the scale, you know how the interest rates go. So if you're talking about something like that, I'd rather charge them that. But no, I've seen people come in. My craziest one was a dude that in the 80s, he was the dude that created the printer ink process. And he ended up being a CEO of a company that he created or whatever. And he made some bread. No, he was like a big dude. Like, I'm talking about like everything that was made used his printer ink primarily. Wow. So he had amassed the net worth for like $60 million. Like, I looked up into him, he had like, so it's just verified. I can't remember his name now because this was like some years ago. But he would look up. I mean, I looked it up like after the fact. That's how I know it was actually him from his name, his credit that we pulled or whatever. At the time, I think no, we never did pull his credit, but. From the name, and we ran it because I think he wanted to do something, but he had a situation where he had fell on hard times, I guess, and he had to file a bankruptcy of some sort. So with that, he ended up being like not able to afford like a very affordable vehicle in terms of a dollar amount. Like, we couldn't even qualify him for, like, the cheapest thing we had.
What?
So, you know, what ended up happening to him was, you know, he got sued for something that he did that caused an influx or not an influx, whatever it was that was in his market. And he ended up getting sued for it. He lost some cases, and he ended up like falling from grace. He ended up being not able to afford like the most affordable vehicle. So when it comes to
That's crazy.
No, that is right. Like, so when it comes to like a money standpoint or or things like that, what people got to realize is, it's not a one size fit all type of environment or anything like that. We are all gonna need to operate under a certain circumstance in order to move forward. But specifically, we gotta start operating together as black people, so we can get that same love financially. If we ain't doing it financially, then we're not doing that. What's the point? And you can have it all and lose it all, but
I feel you.
he said he won't have to reach like that.
Nigga out there struggling, man.
Shoulders are broke hard. Both of them.
But yeah, bro, we in a quite interesting scenario right now with Oregon, and other places changing their laws and shit like that.
Yeah.
We also got a changing of the guard, from what I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, I think as of today,
What?
podcast
17.
17 on this day,
17.
it
What's
should ever
Thursday?
be marked in our episode
11/7/20.
that ex-President Donald Trump, number 44, has been voted out of office.
45. He was 45.
No, we have 45. Hating on 44. But yeah, he was the president, and now he is not. Yeah. He was the dictator of a certain way, and now he's not.
You know you suck when you only get 4 years, bro. Like, it's
Nah, I can't say that because he got 4 years.
nah.
He should have, it's people that still have never been even elected for one term, and the whole time Bernie Sanders been running for president, people been asking the question if he gonna be healthy enough to run for president and stay a president. And that same time, President Trump done became president. He done ran again, and now another motherfucker finna be president. While we steady wasting that motherfucker time. It's motherfuckers that don't even make it to the dance. And they don't necessarily be the most unqualified when you talk about something like black interest, right?
Yeah, but I think that's what's about to change, though.
No, I'm just
with
saying
the
when
way
you talk
that
about
niggas is,
when you talk about
voting
people
now and shit.
when you talk about presidents of the people interest, from a democratic standpoint, that's what the president's supposed to be about, from the representation of the party. Remember, we just started talking about that part, but from a representational party side, the Democratic side is supposed to be what make decisions for the vast majority of people. The Republican is no different than the Republican side is no different than if you was looking at it in Roman times, how you would have a Republic of Council and different type of scenarios like that, and the old ass Senate and shit like that represent what the vast majority have to deal with from a tax standpoint, shit like that, and shit like that. As you seen, when Biden suggested, a higher tax rate on the people that are the haves, motherfuckers immediately start coming out the woodwork endorsing Trump. Immediately. And we talking about the most gangster of gangster, people, somebody like 50 Cent grew up in Southside Jamaica, Queens, and actually has verified status of the rep that he portrayed or was supposed to be before he became a rapper turned film director turned, movie on and shit like that. He was one of the people that literally converted themselves into a Trump voter over the course of a couple hours.
Him and Lil Pimp.
Him and Lil Pimp.
So like, off of just seeing like just, I don't understand how the mass majority of people don't see like how like all of a sudden these people are starting to be shown on TV and hey, I'm rocking with this person. Like, I don't
Well,
understand.
they don't have to be. They not on TV. They on Instagram and on Twitter.
Okay, well,
with it.
whatever it is, like, why do people like? It's like, you don't think like these people are not being paid off in one way or another to promote this? Like,
I
no.
mean, I think 50 was just trolling, but Lil Pump probably he made an appearance, so he probably got
No,
paid.
I feel like 50 Cent was not trolling. And here's the reason why. Now, as a joke or something like that, somebody that's like of a current, what I would say, normal status, they got the ability to go ahead and do whatever they want. But 50 Cent got, 10 million plus followers on Instagram. So one post might do if you're doing just 10% of that, 100,000 likes, probably at least 1 million views on any particular post. 50 Cent, I think he got way more followers than that one, but he's also a polarizing figure. So as much as people would say or try to act like he don't, exist in the relevant world, he discerning a lot of the shit that's coming on TV right now that people are tuning into. Like, he's the hot
That
one.
nigga's like the troll god though. Like that nigga give you an episode of Power that you think you fit to watch, and everybody like, nigga, I got it. And then when they come on, you like, nigga, this is not what I saw, nigga. This is not the link, nigga.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
that's
he's
50
still
though.
50 a deviant. You know what I mean? We already know that. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't gonna act like he not. That was the one. That's what I'm saying. But my point wasn't who he is now or anything like that. I was just giving like the background of, for the people that may not know who 50 is when they watch the shit or something like that, for real. But from that same stance, imagine a gangsta ass nigga from Southside Queens that's involved in the the Democratic and Republican nominations in terms of endorsements, because he ended up saying it, and you can say what you want, whether or not you thought he had the influence of being a troll god or not. I'm talking about the statistical facts. Them niggas' names immediately start getting running headlines about endorsing Trump, to the point they had to come out and literally start talking
that nigga
about.
know what he doing.
No, but I'm saying, like, from a troll standpoint, yeah, you can say he was trolling, but he had to apologize for the shit and explain. It wasn't like that's not a troll at that point. When you're posting on your same social media account that you endorse Trump, false, I never endorsed Trump. I wasn't saying
I
this.
mean, when you
that,
thought it
and
was
that.
gonna be funny, and then niggas is really on your ass, you like, all right, man, like.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I say, whether he knew it or not, he should have had somebody analyze the fact that he got a certain influence that he needed to realize he got, and that was not a good look.
Yeah.
Ice Cube,
I mean, I think he know he got it, but it was the wrong time and the wrong place.
wrong time, man. And as the older, wiser 50 Cent, he realized he had to apologize, basically, or explain himself. So that makes it no longer a troll. Trolls don't apologize for shit. They just do it and go to the next post. If you had to actually, you know what I'm talking about.
I mean, it's like the last one, like, shit, a nigga might have learned some shit along the way, and like, shit, nigga, fuck it. Like,
Well, if that
I
was
gotta
the
say,
case-
like, I fucked up, nigga. Like,
Right. So whether or not that's what he learned, my only point is, at this point, he should.
because I mean, at the same time, while he doing that shit, like, you could see, like, Lil Pump not handling the situation well, and he losing 200, 300,000 followers, you know what I'm
a
saying?
day.
So it's
But
like,
no,
shit, nigga, let me
I don't
go
think
ahead
he
and...
was.
Cause nigga, if y'all niggas not following me, y'all niggas not gonna be watching the show. Y'all niggas gonna boycott me, and it's gonna be some shit.
I don't think that he was not watching. I mean, I don't think he was promoting it from that standpoint. I mean, this brings up another point, but from a standpoint of people interacting, think they need to start, holding ownership to the people they endorse and shit. Lil Pump, the motherfucker, the same, always running around saying nigga, and nobody don't like it and saying shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, and then
Once a nigga say he smoking dicks, bro, like I don't want to hear shit that you say.
well,
Like nigga, like your opinion no longer.
well, no,
matters to
he
me, bro.
trying to be one of the
What?
weird people, but
So he was talking about how you niggas smoke a certain amount in they backwoods and all that shit. Like,
Okay. And what?
oh, you can feel it in the wrist.
yeah, you can feel it.
No,
in the
I
rest,
get.
bro. I'm not going in deep.
I get what you're saying, but I'm just
Cause
saying,
then I'm have
like,
to start saying pause and no homo and shit
I
like
get what you're
that.
saying, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, damn, like, you gonna go to that extent, like that far, like, wow.
What you gotta understand about somebody like Lil Pump is, and it's already been shown. I mean, you could go back and look at the motherfucking old pictures and see. You know what I mean?
He
Like
a nigga that's never gonna get it. Like,
he was never.
understand.
He was never involved. Lil Pump is apparently a Latino, like by name and I guess descent of lineage, but from a standpoint of him actually identifying, I'm pretty sure Lil Pump whole upbringing was involved with like nothing but like white people and stuff like that.
Wow.
Like I don't think Lil Pump he probably knows Spanish, if we being real.
Poquito?
I bet he don't.
Not even that.
He don't
Not
even
even
like.
a
He
poquito?
don't even strike me as the type. Like he ain't never said nothing in Spanish.
Not at all.
None of that.
That's fucking wild.
And that would have been a whole market as an artist, just if you know Spanish and
Right.
so you know it ain't. He came out with none of them. So I
He
doubt
from
he
Florida,
even know.
right?
Right.
Like you seen with Pitbull, all them other niggas,
Right,
Flow Rider.
right.
and
I
all
guarantee
them
you he
niggas.
wasn't one of them. Like I guarantee you he probably identified with himself as a Caucasian man. I guarantee you do. Now I don't know that to be fact because I never talked to him, but I would almost guarantee it. That
never know.
But from what the perception is of what has been shown in the past with others that could tap into that market and gain very high profits of money. Yeah.
like even if he wasn't like
He did a song with Kanye.
right. So when you talking about the minute Cardi B got on, what's the first thing she did? Started doing remixes in Spanish. They were playing on black networks where motherfucker coming in. And I like the part. I don't know a fucking thing he said. I'm gonna be real. I ain't learned Spanish yet. I'm trying though. I'm on my way. I'm coming. But
Yeah.
I don't know a fucking thing he says. Me como son carne sana cutra. I like it like my business was now bambusa. I like it like. And I'm like, oh yeah, he going off. I feel it. I feel like he going off. So I'm fucking
Yeah.
with it. But first thing she did, she started tapping into that market because she really speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
And from what I understand,
Yeah, every like artist like normally tap into, you know what I'm saying, throw in even a couple words in every now and then. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, it's just like but I mean, even if they don't, they sometimes they do songs that completely get marketed in totally different areas that you never heard of. So it'd be a song that would be on the Billboard charts or some shit, but you never heard it because it play in some market that you would never listen to, and nobody you knows listen to
I
it.
didn't even know this was a hit.
Yep.
Right,
This
like-
type of
Like
demographic.
They could
or
do a
genre.
song and then they could do a remix with
Well,
some niggas from.
it's evident when you get on YouTube now and you see artists that's in Brazil that's like 100 million plays every drop on their page. They got 5 million subscribers type shit on YouTube. Artists they got, you know what I mean? They got, and this is in Africa and other places like London. It's artists that, if you think about it like that, how many artists that you listen to from London? What you think London don't got artists that's playing?
Yeah.
Right. You
I
see what I'm
watch a lot of
saying?
their
Like,
movies, though.
of course, you don't listen to none of them. You never heard not a one new London artist drop no track because it ain't in your actual wheelbase of listening to music
Yeah.
and not in your circle. But those people
And they got like a
market.
different brand of like.
You see what I'm
music and
saying?
shit.
Like they do
like
it
Drake
different.
be trying to mirror they shit sometimes. And shit.
Right. They got a different type of music they like that they listen to in a certain demographic. I'm saying that just because a lot of those same artists will be battle rappers. Now, in London has battle rap, coming up big. So, same areas they would be battle rap people that would be coming up and like they would battle. They'll drop an album and they'll battle. Same people that rap, same people that can go to a battle and battle.
So like I stumbled across some movies on Netflix, and it was like a lot of the times when you get the overseas movies, it's like the black African with the subtitles or the lips don't match what they saying, so they got to do like somebody with the voiceover. Like I found like some London movies where it was like comedies and shit, and they was like kind of similar to the movies that like we make over here, and like I didn't know it was like a black London, like where them niggas just out there doing their own shit.
Right.
That shit was
Just
crazy.
of their area. And
Yeah.
What they do. Right. And their style. Right.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That shit because you just not exposed to it for the most part. That's why you get those.
I mean, I was familiar with like some of the rappers from out there because. Like,
I'm
they got a
familiar
pretty
with some
good-
London artists, but I'm saying we not exposed to the London scene.
Right. It's
In
not
the
blatantly
same-
just out there and
Like you get exposed to that mainstream or whatever. Like it's
I don't
hard.
know what
like,
it is,
You
but
have
I
to
don't
be
think-
on like some London sites or some shit to start catching
Yeah.
those new wave artists or that's if you into that London sound where it's different.
Right.
How they make
And
beats
each
is
area
different.
is still different.
I don't,
'cause they
I don't
do
know
their own little
if
things.
like black people is like interested in that shit. Period. Because like I am, because I would have traveled and shit. So I threw it at Ned like, hey, let's hit Europe or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I want to see that old ass shit. Like I was like, bro.
Shout out to Net.
I don't know if it's like appealing to like people now. Like I mean, I'm pretty sure like a few of us will go like hop around over there, but like from what I've been hearing and what I've been seeing, like people want to like be around like newer shit and like newer attractions and all that shit. So
I mean, possibly and probably so. I'm just saying, it's different cultures
yeah,
and
I definitely wanted to go over there because I was like,
I mean-
nigga ain't never stepped on that side of the world, bro. Like.
I'm trying to, deal with them all and be involved with them all. But, I'm currently dealing with a pandemic
Yeah.
due to a bitch ass president that really didn't deserve. Like, we let President Trump beat Ronald Reagan. I mean, not Ronald, but
You went straight 80s in that, huh?
John McCain.
Easy.
I mean, John McCain. But ain't right, John McCain.
Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton I'm saying he beat John McCain for the nomination.
Understood.
Yeah, but I know what I'm saying. To be even nominated to be a president.
Right.
Before he was running for, nomination, like I'm saying, he was running for at least probably 8 years, and he's still running. So, all I'm saying is we don't make plays that's in the necessary best interest of our whole demographic in terms of the potential representation of the country. Now, people get it twisted and think, I can't break that. People get it twisted and think that when black people want, or try to twist it and say when black people want somebody that's like a president for them, they want, something that's too crazy. When all the while, all the presidents that's be running this shit is running for primarily them in terms of what the record has shown in terms of what's been allowed by the government, so forth, so on. Like I say, all these laws are once they eventually changed and shit like that, and eventually it went like that. But when it comes to the majority of the situations, you see in a motherfucking end over end process where people are like a lot of shit is done to a large demographic, then the government notice it and change the law. A lot of shit is done to a large demographic, then the government notice and like, you see what I'm saying? Like,
that's because the people start taking notice of what the government was doing a part of that, because what usually happens when you start trying to follow the trail.
well, I don't know if that's what happened when I mean, I wasn't saying that. That's a good point.
My apologies.
No. I'm not saying like that. I'm just saying I
Just
wasn't
some of it's
saying
like they influence some of the shit that they do and try to justify like the means. It's like, but if you some people know and some people don't know, and because the majority doesn't know, then it's kind of like led to believe this, you know. So I don't know. I just think that some of that's just always kind of just thrown out there on people, and some people bite. The majority of us do bite because that's how it's set up to an extent sometimes. My apologies.
No, you
Go
good.
ahead.
No, that's a valid point.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's a good point. I was just saying it wasn't what I was particularly saying. That's a very good perspective to have on it, though, people. So make sure you are listening to that. I was just saying that decisions.
Because, I mean, you can't have a war on drugs unless a nigga got drugs.
Nigga, I mean,
He took them hoes straight.
You ever took a shot of caviar before? Boy.
I ain't never experienced
I
it.
had
Mine didn't always mixed.
I had
and-
bit, and then I didn't expect that one that was stuck back there, and that bitch was like, oh, yeah. And it was, it's a shot that didn't come out of.
Like if them hoes, I don't know, like when them hoes being straight liquor or when them hoes hit the air, like to me, them hoes, they kind of firm up a little bit.
I mean, I dig it, because I get the smoothies, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't never experienced that. Mine ain't never hit the air. I be caviaring after I'm pouring, baby.
Try it straight up. Take a shot of caviar. Everybody take a shot of caviar.
No.
Why not?
Sure.
Oh, this nigga said no.
Shot of caviar. I like the berry. I like the berry. Is this berry?
Oh, say
Right.
less.
I don't need
That
nothing
don't
crazy.
sound
Just nothing crazy. Just a little shot. Oh, just come over.
No,
Oh,
let me get the.
you getting the double shot with that though. What are you doing? Okay, I dig that.
Oh, say less.
All right. That's a good one.
You know what I'm saying? A little
All right, I
combo.
dig that. A little bit of both.
I ain't gonna catch me slipping, nor backsliding. I'm all in, freeway driving down the wrong way. I came to get it. That's what your song say. What you know about
Listen,
it? I'm the man.
Yeah.
Every time I be
Even
like,
if
ooh,
I'm
too
on
bad
it, I can.
I don't know about the leche ones, bro. Like that's the only ones that we haven't had yet.
Is it Dolce de Leche or is it just leche? ¿Qué pasó, mi hombre?
Plain Jane. You know what I'm saying?
I know, right?
Marinated.
Yeah, yours is all types of shots.
That nigga cheated, bro. Like
I got the fireball.
No, I honestly, I'd rather have them straight out the container than straight out been marinating all night.
You know what? I'm gonna wait on this.
No, don't back up now. Nah, he was like,
I like when they float, cause when they float, like you can have them with a drink.
nah.
I'm gonna do it later.
It's like a
Give
combo
me
of
these
flavors and
booze-ass
shit.
Caviar balls, then.
I'm not saying they like.
That's
They
why.
not weak
That's
at
why I've
all.
been
I'm
using
not
soda
saying
so
they're
mine can
strong.
float.
All I'm
the way.
saying
Oh,
is
they not really that strong.
no. But if you ain't prepared to how to take them properly, then yeah, they will catch you the wrong way.
Yeah, I'm getting a little juice on it. Just a little.
The nigga got most of it on
everything
the table
but
like
the
that.
glass.
You feel me?
Easily
the
was
other
just
one.
like, ha. It was like, okay. Okay.
That nigga trying to make sure them hoes don't dry out. While ours just sitting there, just like
Right.
catching all the air.
Yeah, right, them bitches
I
plumping.
already
out
told
there.
you, like, when them hoes hit the air, bro, like, them hoes
They
get kind of...
swelling. You straight got a quarter teaspoon of that, an eighth of a teaspoon, really? This nigga literally just a splash, like
splash.
you count now, fucking caviar now.
He's not scooping it.
Can you prove him? Can you prove I did?
I need exactly 6 caviar.
Yeah. The ratio is not. It's not the same. That nigga gotta get that hoe perfect. Man.
Now what's poppin'? I don't even know what we cheersing to. Oh my goodness.
Looks like they got a little crunch to them.
It's so much better when you marinate them.
I mean, it's not bad.
But it definitely lets you know that
When you let them marinate, like, when you chew it, like, it kind of disintegrate fast.
Oh no, it's just it's vodka in there. I want to know if cocktail caviar got
Whiskey
or tequila
cognac.
bottles. You feel me? That's what I need.
Nigga.
that just sounds extremely, extremely dangerous.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Hey, we can see if we can get the signature boys. Like, I found them on LinkedIn.
The signature what?
Cocktail caviar.
What's the signature one?
Whatever you design, nigga. Like, if you want the like,
Oh.
Podcast.
Yeah, let's do it. You never told me that. That would have been like my
I
first
told you like a
thing.
couple weeks ago. Me and Nat found him on LinkedIn.
At
That
what
nigga don't
point
ever
in the
remember
night
shit, bro.
Did you tell me? Did y'all text it to me? Was it
No,
in
nigga,
writing
we
where
was
I
here.
can reread it? You better start texting it where I can reread it. What I don't understand. But yeah, bro, we dealing with the president, man. They say he ain't finna get out of office, man. It's gonna be.
They're gonna have to throw him out.
Police already said they'll throw him out. You know, it's crazy when you don't understand when your welcome is worn.
Yeah.
Even
Bro.
at this big age.
It sucks to be like going for this nigga. Like, you done bought like mad flags, you got mad shirts and mad hats.
Like he got blown out.
Like, I ain't never seen a nigga with Biden merch, bro.
No, that's what I'm saying. They said they ain't go to that. They said they ain't even go to his rallies, you know. They kept talking about how nobody went to his rallies. You ain't gotta go to his rally. You know you ain't voting for Trump.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta go to no rallies. And then you not oopsie, not my bracelet off. But you ain't gotta go to no rallies or anything like that when you know this other dude is just too tyrannical. You gotta understand it's a monumental deal when you get blown out by 4 million votes in a record breaking voting event. Apparently Trump got 70 million. That's more than Obama got last time. And then Biden got 74 million. Though you got blew out by 4 million votes. That's quite a considerable margin.
Yeah.
In terms of, it's not a neck and neck race in the end. Like it's been neck and neck for a minute, but when they start counting all the mail-in ballots that they didn't count from Atlanta and places like that, literally whooped their ass.
Yeah, because that nigga was telling niggas, don't mail this shit in. Like,
He was trying to, and they
you can't
probably
get
fucked
mad
him.
at that shit, bro, when you
You
tell...
fucked up. You fucked up your own campaign because some people probably could have mailed something in. They didn't mail them in or some shit like that. But the same token, now you get in a situation where the people have came out of record breaking numbers, and as somebody said on Twitter, Trumpism is not about to die out because he's no longer the president. Not at this point. They already shown their colors.
Yeah,
Motherfuckers
because
gonna
he
have to
already instilled the idea in people that some of this shit is cool.
when you look at the overall message that President Trump was sending, and then you consider for a second term, especially in a Republican and Democrat society, hey, that's what it's looking like. Like if you got, I would never put a Biden sticker on my car, so my shit can come back out scratched up or the window beat in or some shit. I would never put a Trump sticker on my car, so the same thing can happen. Cause that's what we living in. Look like it's really red and blue. Motherfuckers be acting like it's so different, but then you got motherfuckers out here that's litigating the altercation where they promoting this, that, and the third, and then you get those.
It was literally niggas saying stop the vote, like or stop the count, like
you
nigga,
can
this
do
is
that.
what's supposed to happen, bro. Like,
You know what was funny to me? The most funny to me about that though, I'm really looking at this shit like either black people don't assert their authority enough, or there's no such thing as authority. Cause what I've noticed throughout this pandemic is whatever a certain demographic of Caucasian people deem is something that's not to their liking, they go in places where you wouldn't even dream of going in and start creating a racket.
nigga, we don't want to wear masks.
So they go to the
Protest,
motherfucking mayor
mask,
office
like
and go
no
all up
mask,
in the
like-
mayor office with no mask on. It's like they showing up with rifles and everything. You know, even in this most recent scenario, President Trump get on there and say he getting cheated and he stopped the vote. What you see on all these social medias, and like 2 hours later, motherfuckers up in Detroit,
Yeah,
black ass Detroit. It's a group of white people at the motherfucking voting office or wherever the fuck is at, demanding they stop the count. Like they feel like they have that authority. If they come out in enough numbers, they feel like you should stop the count.
yeah. Even if you stop the count and this nigga losing, and he gonna lose, but let's just do it just because.
Because they say right now they constitutional rights is being wavered. I've seen so many TikToks and other videos of motherfuckers talking about how they gonna leave the country now, shit like that. Make no mistake, Trump said his plan was to make America great again. And I mean, for the most part, depending on who you were, from what's shown from 70 million people voting for him, 70 million? Out of all the shit that doesn't happen throughout his campaign, the people getting ran through the cars, the protesters that was spouting the racial slurs and shit with the tiki torches and all that shit, where the motherfucker hit the motherfucking Carolina with the cars, and he was like, it was good people on both sides. But when it's looters and shit, he's saying we need to bring out the police, we need to bring out the National Guard and shut this shit down. The same motherfucker that said that was saying that old motherfucker ran the motherfuckers over with some cars. It was good people on both sides. Like no National Guard was deployed then.
Right.
People don't think about shit like that. Like I always be thinking about like just the odd comparison or whatever, the dichotomy or whatever you call it is, where, you know, literally it's a statement for one side, then literally the same scenario happened in the opposite, and it's a totally different energy and everything. And then I be like, do people ever consider that type of shit? 70
really.
million people looked at everything that he did, from whatever he did. Maybe not everything. Let's just say they looked at enough of it to actually be within a fighting chance with 70 million people. In a scenario like where we in, where you got one stimulus check from a president that had literally all the time in the world, from what we come to understand, to be able to stop or at least aid this shit in a totally different
Yeah.
way. You got one $1,200 stimulus check 9 months ago.
Yep, bro. Like
9
nigga used to
months
roast
ago.
Canada as a little kid, like watching like South Park and shit, because they had like the Terrence and Phillip and all this other shit. But
Yeah. A lot
Nigga.
different.
Way different.
Right.
Way
Nigga.
different life.
Right.
it's a whole different ball game, bro. Like
Totally different life.
Here you
They
go.
live in a totally different life.
Good luck.
I think in Canada right now, they doing something like $2,000 for per household while they are trying to figure out the shit. And of course, right now they got America banned like a hoe.
Yep.
So the United States of America is definitely not on the welcome list or anything like that. Like you gotta go through so much shit from what I understand to even be able to like get in the Canada. You gotta be like a reporter or some type of documentary figure. That's what your lawyer need to say and all this other shit. Like like you gotta have a lawyer. Like otherwise you gonna sit your ass wherever you at. Like if you're an American that was visiting when they locked that shit down, I hope you had tourist money. I hope you didn't come there with like for a little razzle dazzle. Cause that shit is over with, man. Like you were there. That hold down. Like if you ain't got no visa in China, see how many times this take. But yeah, no, this shit is unprecedented. Like right now, you dealing with a scenario that is literally gonna be a test of what we need to do as black people. In my eyes, like one, you gotta hold the dude that you just came out in record-breaking numbers for accountable. Mm-hmm. But two, we got a lot of shit to worry about because you had two scenarios from the Trump being elected side. One was whether or not people were going to be excited, and so because Trump got elected, they were going to then be on edge or rocking from that, or you had the scenario where Trump didn't get elected, and now they upset that he didn't get elected, and you got to deal with different retaliations. I guess we looking to see what happens in the latter. There's people that's been like air quote banned from Twitter just recently for saying what they gonna do from a threat standpoint if Biden didn't get elected. That just happened. Like it's like trending topics and shit. But the same token, you get in a scenario where those same people, they only getting banned from Twitter. Twitter is just a social media site. You do the wrong thing in certain demographics, and they using that shit as evidence in a motherfucking 20-year trial. Them motherfuckers that came on and been like, I feel like we should start putting bullets in their skull or some shit like that. That's how they feel. That's what it's coming to anyway. You're dealing with like one. The Republican side has always been a gun side. Like that's what people gotta understand. As far as they for guns, NRA, all of that bullshit, anything you can name, they with it. They own several different types of gunplay carriers and shit like that. That's on average, and that's not like saying white, black, or other. I'm saying the Republican side. That's what they represent versus the Democratic side who want to do criminalization of further guns outside of automatic guns, because you can still get a semi-automatic rifle and put a motherfucking 6-Sawyer scope on that bitch and rearrange the barrel to be able to reach out for 500 feet accurately based on how your scope trajectory is put out. Throw magnifiers on it and scopes and stocks and different motherfucking cartridges and all this other good bullshit. But right now, we dealing with those people. Because 70 million people, this was just a couple of days ago, and 70 plus million people, by the way, feel like, we fuck with all of that shit.
Yeah.
So
and then even though Biden won, they still gonna keep counting votes. So a nigga might end up like 76 or 71 million.
Right.
Like
you feel me? Like it's a quite a vast majority. When you talk me a brass,
something million niggas.
a broad majority as far as a particular demographic to be feeling that way versus, and I'm saying that because, we talking about the election that was won, how we feel about it. I just didn't fuck with Biden like on some shit. He got a lot of his own flaws and motherfuckers like downplaying where like, even like, with the 94 crime bill, They addressed it in the last debate, and he was like, he fucked up, and he shouldn't. Like, okay, but we talking about hundreds of thousands of black dudes is like in jail. I feel like a lot of that shit is like ridiculous as far as how they even like criminalize the scenario, like racketeering. You know, the racketeering charge. You know, which is conspiracy to commit. So if I tell you I'm about to get some shit that's in a motherfucking, you know, certain quantity for a certain price, and then you tell him that you got an idea where because I'm getting it for a certain price, you gonna either cop it from me for a certain price or get fronted for a certain price, and then he agreed to it. Now y'all both sell for me, and you sell to him, and he start telling like what like. Or you give it to him, and then he start telling other people it's where he got it from, this and the third, however this shit go. And all you gotta prove is that we all had the intent. You don't even gotta prove that we actually did it.
Yeah.
You just gotta prove that we conspired to do it.
Right.
And you can get 99 years for that shit. Because it was a group of us.
It's a good thing none of that goes on.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm just saying that's a ridiculous like people I know. I mean, like you heard the stories and like even a lot of most of the kingpins that you ever seen. That's how they got taken down. They never got taken down off physical evidence. They never got taken down for actually being in the vicinity or confirmed by a witness that have sold them something. So like no, they get confirmed because it was some nigga or three niggas that said he was the boss, and then they tie all the shit to him with witnesses and explain in they groovy way, however that go, and motherfuckers be getting 40 years. Big Meech played out to 30 years, and he never got caught with a ounce of money that he wasn't supposed to have or wasn't accounted for from a tax standpoint. He never got caught with $1. He never got caught with not one drug. He never got caught in one vicinity where he was in the wrongdoing to where they could hold that against him. Not once. He got convicted of 30 years because 29 other people said he was the boss. All you needed was 29 people to send a person away for 30 years.
Yeah.
You could just have leverage on 29 people and get that done. By leverage. You know what I mean? Like, that's not even a lot of people.
Easy.
And I doubt they even needed that many. They could have probably settled with 10 people.
Right. Easy.
Just to be real.
Yeah.
They just needed 10 people that they got leverage over to say you was the man. Whether or not you was the man or not is going to become irrelevant. Because we just going to tie all the shit to you, and then we going to say we got witnesses, and all of a sudden, and then, but what be so funny about that is, when you talk about snitches, you got a person that broke the law and is untrustworthy because they broke the law, but he trustworthy in court against somebody else where he testifying under the law. I wish I had an organ right here. I would have hit some motherfucking notes. Wow, wow. You feel me? You know, like, for real, that shit is a ridiculous concept.
Yeah.
But that's how they do it. Like I said, to the point, motherfucker had 30 years. 30 years. Like a whole 30 pack. And at this point, Big Meech been in jail like, what, 15 years at least?
12?
When did Big Meech go to jail?
17? 18?
I feel like he went to jail way earlier.
You said 15?
See? He got, in 2007, he was sentenced to,
Damn.
he sentenced to 30 years. So, yeah, like, what's that, 13 years? I'll say like 15 years.
I said 12.
We won. Over under, you was good. You was the better. But yeah, like 13, he been in there for 13 years at this point. Yeah. So, as you can see, they sentence is not a fake sentence.
Right.
He really got to do fucking 30 years. Imagine already being in jail for 13 years and you got 17 years to go. Right. You in jail for 13 years and that ain't even the halfway point on your shit.
No, thank you.
And you just in jail the whole time, and you never got caught with a thing.
No.
Nothing. You never got caught, tied. Nobody ever was able to put you in a room, or none of that. They just basically said you was the boss. And you orchestrated this, that, and the third, and he told you how to do this, and then that person confirmed that he was told to do this because you was told to do this and that and the third. And he told us to go pick up this weed, and he told us to go pick up this crack or whatever, and we put this money in the wall because he told us. Because again, they never caught him or his brother with anything. And they got the biggest sentence. They were just trying to take down BMF. And it's the old adage at that point, you know, you shoot the head, the rest gonna follow. I shot the head and the rest follow. Big Meech and them was already known to be the heads of the BMF. It wasn't like it was a conglomerate. Like they literally marketed themselves as the heads of the BMF. Big Meech did at least, you know. He was the dude like for his birthday buying elephants and shit like that in 07. Like what? They renting out billboards that say, you know, Black Mafia crime family is the way to go. And shit like that, you know. That was what they was doing. So when it come back around, yeah, they gonna charge you. You was the one buying all the Lambos and shit. You had niggas pulling up. But shit, they were making like they said it $300 million a year minimum. So it wasn't even like this shit was like that. He was making Elon Musk money. Like, you know what I mean? Like they better than a lot of Fortune 500 companies at that point. Yeah. In terms of they earning potential per year. $300 million. Imagine what a stock costs for a company that make $300 million in profit right now. Every year.
Something stupid.
In profit, they're making $300 million. Imagine what they dividends and shit gonna cost you to get. That's a $250 stock. What, Big Meech?
No, I was just what you just said.
That's a $250 stock. Off rip. $300 million profit. Bigger than year over year. 300 plus. Between however many members. You know, it's mega Fortune 500 corporations that's got 9,000 employees. And they make, you see what I'm saying? They pay them employees different prices and they still making $100 million a year. That's after everything. That's after you pay everybody, the plug, all of that. They take he was making unbelievable money. Like it wasn't even like that's how they didn't even get like caught up that many times because they wasn't doing it from a small operation. They had all their money in like rich ass neighborhoods where police just don't be. They had all their shit in areas like that. What?
It's just when I just think about some of the stuff that I've heard before and some of the stuff that you're talking about, it's just like, ugh.
Well, I'm just saying they literally they would put, you know, 10 pounds in a 10 tons of shit in a rich ass
Chase
$5 million house.
Or the Chase yacht?
Yeah, on a Chase yacht, of course.
Or niggas just
Where that story just literally disappeared. You know what we talking about? Because we ain't like hidden like that. You know when they had that $20 billion worth of cocaine that was found on the Chase vessel, and then all of a sudden that shit just disappeared from all stories everywhere. Like you never heard if anybody got followed up on. You never heard who got arrested for or any of that. They found $20 billion worth of cocaine on a Chase vessel, and then all of a sudden that shit was not in the media at all. No more about that story. Whatever happened to that 20 billion, they just
Nope.
Can you even find that article?
I mean, you
probably
can probably
can't
find
even
it.
find the cocaine.
Yeah, you definitely can't find that
Right.
because it got dispersed.
They probably, you know what probably happened? Whoever found that shit is dead, and whoever was assisting them is dead.
No,
in that scenario.
it was like, hey, y'all niggas done reported this shit. We want that shit back. Like, fuck whatever y'all talking about. Give us our shit back.
Right. Because if not,
Yeah. And y'all niggas better not say nothing else about it. Give me my shit back, and I don't want to hear shit.
And that shit was on Twitter, bro, and that shit literally went up and down. Literally no in between. Like it was literally a story and it was everywhere, then it was nowhere. You couldn't find an article about it. Not one. But what you can find an article about on Twitter is I was just watching it, this week in terms of the Twitter topic of the week, but you had a scenario where this little teenage kid, 17-year-old linebacker or something, played for somebody in like Duncanville, some school in Duncanville.
High school?
High school.
Yeah.
High school. Okay.
He's about, 6'2", at 17. He might grow a few more inches.
So he's a big young man.
And no, he's 245.
A big
So,
young
yeah,
man.
He's a big dude. But what you saw on social media was a whole lot of women that was sending what I would say, if not predatory and pedophilic
Man.
statements towards him. It would at least be predatory statements.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I'm going to wait till he turn 18 or something like that,
Someone wasn't even trying to wait, bro. Like,
Right. Yeah, I read some of the comments. Wow.
oh, the TV ain't on.
Wow.
And
Wow.
we just thought it was interesting, or I thought it was interesting. Maybe they feel
Wow.
differently, but yeah, I've seen a lot of statements on Twitter and Facebook where
Wow.
they was saying shit like they gonna wait till he turn 18, or
The fuck?
just saying like the drool faces and shit like that.
Yeah, they was like they gonna get their cougar on now and shit. Like,
What kind of example is that setting? Like, really?
that was some wild shit, bro.
It definitely was, because you consider, like, again, he's 17. I remember, what's the little chick name on Instagram they be popping? Sky Jackson, was turning 18. And there was a lot of dudes that was on their page and shit like that. And they was talking about how she, just turned 18. It's a whole bunch of predators and this, that, and the third. And yeah, they been on her page for a little minute. When you think about like people like Billie Eilish or whatever, Billie Eilish or however you say her name, that was in the same scenario where she came out as an artist. She was 16, 17, and now she just turned 18, I think. But it's people that's been on her shit for the longest time and doing different shit like that.
I heard the name. I watched the award show and she won some awards, but I'm not really like.
I've heard some songs. That's probably about it.
Well, if you've heard some songs or whether you haven't, that would be a prime scenario. Those are the two, though, where, you can go look back and see what was said and did and shit like that. But, what I've particularly noticed was a premier double standard that, is on a lot of dudes especially, and is taken way more seriously unfortunately, when it's a black dude, especially, and I say that unfortunately, not meaning that they shouldn't be looked at in that same crime division. I mean that unfortunately, as in when you're talking about the number of people that are looked into, period, versus other demographics and shit like that. But what you do notice is that, it's been proven that there's also a suggestively large amount of people that are falsely accused in these scenarios and stuff like that. I'll give you a prime example. And you also look this up. There was a big old narrative about Diddy because he's 51 and he got a girlfriend that's 18. Now, I'm not saying whether he right or wrong, because at that point, you're talking about somebody that's literally like twice less your age, you know what I mean? But
Your kids are older than her.
right, type of shit.
Like,
Yeah.
This literally would be
Pretty
like
sure King
your
Kong's
youngest.
like 21, like at least.
just saying.
Maybe 22. Shit, that nigga been out for a minute. But
So when you talk about that type of shit right there, you're dealing with a scenario where all of those people are fuck you. But you're dealing with a situation
Yeah,
where
I responded. I was like, nice. I didn't even know the full extent to the holding part. I just saw that shit. I was like, damn, that bitch looks badass. Just saying.
fuck you.
He's like, damn, I've been out the game for so long. He's been out the game for so long. He comes back and sees that. He's like, oh. And then he starts flashing back to all the times. He was like, dude. He's like, he's sitting on the couch. He's like, he shows him slow-mo, black and white, ashen. Stretching back. Right? Fucking falling asleep with a cigarette. He got the fucking taco meat going. Fucking burn.
so you can probably get square in here, bro. But
It's okay. I understand. It happens.
Y'all done? Or y'all finished?
multitask, my nigga. Like, cover both ashes.
Y'all done or y'all finished?
I'm just speaking from experience. Yeah. That's all.
Well, fuck you. And the horse you rode in on, too. How about that? I'm rubber and you're glue. Everything you say bounces off of me and sticks to you.
I took your horse and took that motherfucker to the glue factory. That's how that shit works.
Dr. Elmer's.
Maybe.
But, we dealing with that type of situation where right now it's a crazy double standard, I think, feel like going on. I don't know, man. How y'all feel about it?
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. It's always been a double standard. You can look back in movies and show how that's personified all the time. It's like, oh, but then at the same time, when it comes to some men, it's like kind of pushed upon. Let's talk about that. It's one of those things that some of those uncles or father figures that people look up to are like, hey, you need to da-da-da-da, or you ain't this if you don't do that. And understand that doesn't always hold true either to every person, that happens a lot of times. And that's where it's like us as men or young boys at that time, we're kind of forced into a situation that we're just not understanding. We don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be into that's fucking...
Fuck him.
You look every time, it's like, damn. Every time he's just like, I ain't gonna lie, man.
Fuck him.
Yeah, that's where I'm like, damn, I gotta get one for the next podcast. No bullshit. Because
like
that's like, I feel some type of way holding that
$7.50 on
fucking joint the
Amazon,
same, like
and
this.
it came next day.
Hey, bro, I need to roll.
Which-
Motherfucking wine. You know what I'm saying?
Amazon?
Amazon. Next day,
Fuck that.
Crime on their ass, nigga. It's like, what?
it was like $7, bro.
Right. You can't help but to respect the player that come with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn.
You gotta take a moment of silence every time he light up. It's like
the long ass cigarette with the little
thing.
With this
But
real-
more.
it's
But more.
Is this?
With that.
Right.
So simple. So
right. And everybody thinks, why the fuck?
Did not think of that shit.
Yeah.
I think about back in the day when we had the blacks. Oh, you're gonna have the black and you're gonna try to fucking keep the fucking ash.
Yeah.
Shit like that. That's where the first thing I thought about. I was like, you could have an ash for so long and then bet you wouldn't.
The Marge.
It wouldn't even give a fuck, right? And just, it would fall off. It doesn't affect you in any way. As long as you ain't too fucked up to let the ash fall down.
If you drop
straight.
it or some shit. Then
Yeah,
it's like,
but that's not what the point is. You pretty fucking, you high. You ain't drunk.
yeah.
You know? So.
Not
shit.
at all. What? I can't hit a little pop My bad.
Shit, that calls for a shot.
Are we pouring it up?
Yeah, I can pour it for everybody if you need me to.
I gotta get in my spot.
You gotta get in this hole.
You had a whole NBA costume on. So you know what I'm talking about?
Ah, shit. This is gonna be terrible. Well, that wasn't so bad. But I got 3 amigos.
Yeah.
That bitch is nice though.
Tastes like a lemon head. Yeah.
I'm on it. Class back in session. I upped to the grade. Crazy in 3 years. Dwayne Wayne
See,
became
we had
Dwayne
this
Wade,
conversation
but
last
last
week.
podcast about gin.
Yeah.
We had this conversation, and oh my gosh. Nah, bruh.
So me and you like gin, but they don't. So
The last gin that I had,
I'm not
I can agree.
I
had
drink anything,
Seagram's.
bro.
The last
Yeah.
gin was Seagram's, but I had mixed it with Sunny Delight. Big mistake. Why?
Sunny D is not what it do.
Right.
That shit plain is not what
No.
it is. That shit
No.
is fuck.
You don't taste the fucking gin. You don't know the gin's even there. So fucking you know those little mini hotel cups? Had about 2 or 3 of those.
Out of there.
And yeah, it was done. Done deal.
And it was out of there. So, but you know what? Also, you get in mind of no. You know, you also get in mind of similar things happening from what we've seen. We talked about on a few podcasts ago as well. Just, you know, Chicago rappers in death. And, I mean, I guess this was like yesterday, I think. But another rap artist, actually the one that was the opposition of the artist that, you know, passed away here recently, named FBG Duck. Yeah, King Von just got, you know, unfortunately dealt with in a very out of here way in Atlanta. So, you know, he was 26 and, you know, up and coming artist and shit like that. And
Yeah.
now, you know, he's another one of the RIPs. But, you know, this has been a crazy scenario ever since that happened because of the circumstances that King Von represented in a place like Chicago.
Can I ask y'all a quick question?
Yeah.
Okay, now, I'm not saying like y'all are not on this level at all. I'm not saying that, but just try to understand where y'all was thinking at that time. If y'all was 17, 18 years old, right? You remember what y'all was thinking, like how y'all was thinking.
It's not 17, 18. This nigga's 20. He was 26, and I don't think Quando Rondo was too far behind him. But Quando Rondo wasn't the dude that shot him. So, like,
Well, I won't say who did shoot him, only because I didn't get to see those type of articles, so I didn't get any of the.
I didn't see the article. I saw the video. So, like, and last week I was saying how I don't watch the video. Like, I actually watched this one mostly because it was like a video where they were saying Quando Rondo was like carrying him off, and he like, "Come on, Vaughn," but from the video that is from the fight to the shooting, that scenario can't happen because while the shit going down, you getting dropped. Like, it ain't no way that you can carry him off and be like, "Hey, come on, let's do it." Like, his homie came back and dropped you multiple times. Like,
Well, I seen that little video, but I didn't know who was who.
it should have never got there in the first place, but
But it did.
it did. Because it looked like niggas was scrapping.
No, they was, but
And niggas wanted to, you know what I'm saying?
take it farther, because what we
But if you
also
not
learned-
scrapping, bro, like,
Well,
if he got other homies around, what you gonna shoot for?
I'm just
When
saying,
you could walk up and just start scrapping with one of the other homies.
one,
if
they
ain't
don't-
nobody
they
pulling
don't
out
do that.
guns, bro.
The younger generation, and I say that, not like I'm like that old, but the younger generation, that's not some shit they into. They just not into jacking. Like, they didn't come up like it was all about if you could shoot.
I mean, I don't think really in, like,
That's why you got a scenario where you got a shootout, because at that point you talk.
it's always been shootouts, but shootouts is
Right.
like way worse. Like,
Well, no, it's always been shootouts, but I'm saying the reason why you got a shootout out of that particular scenario was because of the individuals involved. Like, they come from different backgrounds than where they was at. One, so
I mean, for me, it was a home turf scenario. Like, when you at home and you got home field advantage, like, you
Right.
can, like,
Flex a little
Yeah.
bit harder.
when you come from somewhere else and you land, you gotta have a nigga that's there with shit to hold you down. Like, hey,
Right.
bro,
Well, I
I'm
mean-
coming in town. Like, nigga,
Or
let's-
reinforcements.
No, I
or
understand
X,
what
Y,
you
Z,
Oh,
mean.
you
Y.
gotta be you gotta come in on your own shit. So
I understand what you mean, but I've literally and you literally seen scenarios where you meet.
bro,
some out
Juvenile
of-
got a song about this shit. It's in it be turf that I'm on.
Right, bro, but
And
you
I'ma
got
play it
people
how it
that
go.
come. You
Like-
done met these people that come from out of town, and they be telling you about.
It's the G code, bro.
Right.
Like-
No, it's just they just try to act like they place where they from. A prime example of a state that do that shit the most that I've heard, especially when it's an altercation involves a New York person. They always want to tell you they from New York. I'm from New York. I'm from New York, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm with it, whatever. Like, and then when they meet some, New Orleans person, or they meet some other particular person, they realize that a hood is a hood everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, RP the Bankroll Fresh. But for what the video showed when he was in Atlanta, it was a scenario where they brought out guns and the other dude just shot him.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
And that just goes to say what? Within every hood is
A
also
shootout could go either way.
Right.
Right.
So, but it's also to say that in every hood there's a particular group that is just as tough as you, or a person that is. What is it? All that's for me to say is that dude was 26. And in my opinion, he had no reason to be fighting in a club. Now, you asked me a question earlier about when I was 18, how did I feel? And I probably was like a hothead, loose cannon type of nigga, being real. But at 26, I wasn't that person.
Now, with that being said, though, I understand that you weren't that same person. But what is the difference of maybe sometimes we understand that some people don't mature the same
It's a
way
whole
as
different
others?
way of life for some niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, he done lost mad niggas to the streets. So,
But-
like, that nigga
but-
probably, like, numb, period. So, him being out there doing some shit, probably not.
No.
He probably not.
No, I'm not questioning his gangster over mine. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
No, I'm
that
not either, but.
I was answering your question at 26. I wasn't doing those same type of things.
Right, but all I'm saying is sometimes that just because you didn't think that as 26, that doesn't mean that other people in other situations might be different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Meaning that because of his upbringing or because of his environment, he didn't learn or understand that same thing that you did at 26 or that you did at 26 due to whatever he was around or who he grew up with. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that,
Yeah.
that's a possibility.
Yeah, because 26 is about the time when niggas start turning the corner and they
right.
like, hey, bro,
And
like, some
sometime-
of
and-
this shit ain't.
And we had talked about this before. You had said
It's
it.
right after
Sometimes
25, you know what I'm saying?
and sometimes at 30, some people are stuck in their ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. I keep on looking at him. I can't but help.
Say the nigga look like a creative player, like,
Right.
I'm just listening. What am I doing
He
wrong?
don't have any attributes right now. He just has straight
gotta build him
profile.
What? I'm just listening, brother.
You right analog, look around. He's like, huh? Right. You done walked off, picked up some food that you fucking either ordered or fucking was cooking in the oven or fucking was sauteing up on the top. You know what I'm saying? And you've been looking like that the whole time. You've been looking back and forth, just right. I don't know, man. I'm just saying. I'm not justifying anything in any way. I'm just giving a different opinion, different outlook. That's
Yeah.
all it is. You know what I'm saying? That's all
Yeah,
it is.
man.
I think it's a fucked up scenario.
Right.
Anyway,
No,
like,
I agree.
if you're not scrapping, bro, like,
Definitely
you don't,
agree, brother.
You don't
Okay,
need to
but-
be involved, period. Cause like, if you watch the video, like, if you don't got the best aim, you fit to shoot your nigga.
Friendly fire is a motherfucker. It's
Like-
a motherfucker.
They was that close to where like he shot him, and they both fell to the ground. Like,
Mm-hmm. There really was.
it's fucked up, bro. Like,
It's very fucked up, bro.
you watch like cop movies where like or cop shows and shit where they got the bad guy got them like this and they like take the shot and a nigga don't take the shot. This nigga took the shot with his homeboy right there, bro. Like,
Yeah, 26, they living a different life from this, that, and the third.
I don't know,
But-
but it's like a million niggas that done seen this video, bro. Like,
Well, no, and they do. But listen, brother, you ain't even got to be in that scenario. Like King Von, I'm being real. King Von wasn't even like, he was like no local artist or something like that. It just got famous in Chicago and he was making bread. Like King Von was being recognized across the nation. Like King Von had a relationship with another popping artist named Asian, the Brat Doll or some shit like that. King Von, had several songs that was rotating on several different stations. Additionally, the streams and the views. It wasn't like King Von was some regular degular dude.
Right.
King Von was all around, and he was actually being popular. Woo! Can't do that bitch no more. But King Von was definitely that, as far as Chicago and other stuff like that, he was that dude. So it wasn't even like he was just some regular. And I get it, like I say, I understand the scenario where, it just should have been a Duke it out situation. But at King Von level, just like we was talking about FGB Duck, you gotta be we were talking about how he need to move. Here's a scenario where one of the Chicago hitters did move, but they, still end up in the same scenario. So I'm thinking that goes back to me personally. The where I'm from is way harder than where you from, type of environment where it's like no, it's the same everywhere.
That's crazy though. Like you can't really. Like if your homeboy is scrapping, and you really couldn't tell if it was like win or lose on either side, but you could kind of see like somebody had the upper hand. Like it should never get to that point if you just standing there, bro. Like
It's a lot of mixed emotions of how to.
you got to make the right decisions.
Well,
Like,
see, and that's where it's hard to say when it comes to certain people and understanding of certain
understand.
things. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how you would react in that
yeah,
situation.
but we
He
always
knows
say
how
that
he
you
would
gotta
react.
have it on you and you gotta be prepared. But like
But
when niggas is scrapping it out.
But
bro,
here
like,
we go again. Somebody is personifying that they can't scrap in one way or another.
Well, I mean, and that might be the case, but a lot of times these, like I'm saying, man, you see the shit, man. You see The Wire, all these different shows. These cats be 12-year-old and shit when they coming out and doing this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they not in the same league as us where it used to be a fighting scenario. So I got to agree with him, you know what I mean? Like, on that tip. All I was saying was, just if he had moved, I feel like, this is a scenario where somebody need to move way different. Like, every income level I transverse, I start moving a little bit different because the higher you go up, the more exclusive you become, which also means you got a lot more to lose than the average person. Like, you see what I'm saying? You outside fighting at a hookah bar where you didn't got shot by somebody that wasn't worth $30,000. Here you are, $1 million artist.
Right. Pick and choose what you're gonna deal with.
You don't gotta win every battle, and on top of that, you don't have to put yourself in a scenario where you don't have to be the outright beneficiary of it. Is what I'll say. Like,
Right,
you
because
got a lot of money, you
long
could do,
term.
right. So you don't even gotta be in a hookah lounge. You could open up a hookah. You know what I mean? Or like be at a hookah. I mean, when I'm saying
You
open
can
up,
play
I
off
don't mean
of that.
right.
From the free publicity from that, you can play off that and benefit from that, and now you're making money off of something that was just natural.
And this is not a comparison to like King Von and Tupac or anything, but there was a prime time scenario where that was the situation where Tupac got fighting with the wrong nigga that led to the wrong results when he could have just as easily let them other entourage people handle that type of beef that they wouldn't even be on some shit with you. Like the biggest artists, and this is what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's not something that's new for sure, like you say, and all of that. But the reality is that if you just go ahead and go about it a little bit different, then you're talking about a totally different scenario. Like FBDG Duck shouldn't have been enough scenario where he was outside in Chicago, period. One, without a vest on, and then two, without him actually being accompanied by somebody that was, entourage, some type of security after you make a song like he make. But once you make that, at that point, I wouldn't even want to be in Chicago or something like that. But that's where you get shot at. See what I'm saying?
yeah.
No, because you're not on the podcast. And she shot back, but what they got to do with anything? No, the chick he with was armed and he had his own gun. It was the same one that was in the previous video.
Yeah.
But what does that have to do with what I'm talking about as far as security and shit like that?
Yeah. When I first woke up and I seen he got shot and it was like he not dead, I thought he was supposed to come back with one of them songs like that nigga Main Music had with that insurance. Like,
Never heard it.
oh, that's like one of the best beef songs ever. Like, a nigga got out the hospital and like made a song about the niggas that shot him. Like,
I heard Main Music. I heard a couple of songs from
Main and Tech, like,
Yeah, I heard a couple
from
songs
Baton
from
Rouge.
Main Music. But
that's like one nigga. When I say that's like one of the best beef songs ever, like insurance, nigga, like that hoe go hard. Like,
But do you feel like those type of songs perpetuate the constant state of what you see in the hip hop community, where it's,
I felt like a
rap
nigga that was from the
artists.
streets got shot and he expressed what he wanted to on the shit. I mean, he in the feds now, like. Is some niggas like King Von, Polo G, like Chicago niggas, like they always been like storytellers. You know what I'm saying? They could always let you know like what's going on, whether they like involved in the shit or not. Like niggas don't see Common as like a gangster nigga, but like Common could tell you in an educated way what's going on in Chicago, and Lupe Fiasco could do the same shit. Like,
well, Lupe wasn't as innocent as people would believe it or not. He just, he got endorsements from Jay-Z, shit like that. You know what I mean? That put him in a different
yeah,
position.
but when you can put words together in a certain way, when you can tell stories in a certain way, like whether it's drill or whether it's regular, like, nigga, Chicago always had that fucking way. And King Von, he kind of had that shit too. Like, that nigga can tell a story. Like a
Right.
motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying. The same thing with FBDG Duck. You know what I mean? He dealing with a situation where he had multiple singles that was
Yeah.
popping.
That's like a hip hop, like, hot spot. Like,
So
you could put that up there with like LA and Atlanta and fucking New York and fucking Miami and Dallas and fucking Houston and all the other.
no, it's definitely a situation, like I say, where those type of artists are bigger than they realize, and that's what I was getting at. Like
Detroit?
Yep, there's a bunch of artists like that where they bigger than they realize, and they don't move in the same manner. So it's like they ended up being gone before their time, maybe because they didn't move how to like Pop Smoke, great artist. You know, he had a lot of jams that was coming up and shit like that, but he posting his address. Like on social media, you see what I'm saying? Like where he finna be at, shit like that. He posted it on social media to where some cats say, if you want to come find me, this is where I'm at. It's basic, you know what I mean? What you did.
Yeah. I mean, because I don't think a lot of people just be in the moment and they not realizing that technology can Google
This, and this.
this shit to this shit right here.
Right to a
Like,
specific location.
oh, nigga, this is a location, or fucking give me some shit that
Proximity,
match this right here.
Within 10 miles.
No, probably within like,
Because if that house was on Zillow or anything, like a nigga could just literally.
you know what I'm saying? Whether or not you.
It's not hard, bro. Like, you got fucking Siri, fucking if you got Samsung, you got Bixby and shit that can, where they match that shit up instantly, nigga.
No, you do. And that shit is just, like I say, another scenario where you got to be careful as to what you try to do in different places, because everybody, they start getting that ego where they thinking they shit is more gangster than the next person. The people that survive is people that understand there's gangster everywhere. Like Boosie can go to Chicago and not have a problem because he gonna respect niggas gangster. But, you know, somebody from, like I say, in a scenario, probably got a scenario where somebody from Chicago came to Atlanta thinking that, you know, oh, it's different out there. Like, no, you just ain't ran into the right person.
Yeah. And I don't really know, like, with it being like King Von and Quando Rondo squad, like, I know he got beef with NBA, So like, do you really just like ride for your nigga like that to where you just
Come up with some shit to go against that nigga.
yeah. And then it's like, if Quando is like the right hand man or like the next artist in line, and he feel like he got something to prove, so he out here scrapping. Like, why is anything going down like this to where anybody got to shoot him? Like,
Right. I agree. I understand. Completely. I agree.
Like, scrapping should never lead to anything more than that, because you already like in a scenario where you proven that you willing to be at the ultimate of anything, like
Right.
hands on, bro, like no weapons, like you already like willing to show like what you got. Like if you lose, nigga, like hey, like
Proofs in the pudding.
You see nowadays niggas ain't willing to put their rep on the line, so it's like they gotta win at all costs. But I mean, I don't know if that's like them or social media or what. Oh yeah, final shot. You gonna do Three Amigos? What you gonna do?
Since you want to suggest it, then yeah. I'm not gonna argue with you there on that one. It's like,
I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna go with, because I think I had everything.
If you had what?
I've
think
done
I
a
had
little
it.
bit of everything. This is
Yeah.
my second shot of the Migos. That's why I'm not.
No,
even
I had
arguing.
everything too. It's probably one of my more
This would be the
saucy.
Ah, see, I was like, that's the easiest one to take. Nigga.
But I be mixing too, like while we shotting. You know what I'm saying?
Get the hydration
man.
on stand.
Niggas just gotta find better ways to handle that shit, man. Like there's way more options out here.
But we've talked
than-
about this before.
than
about
shooting and
how
killing each other and just taking it to the extreme.
different
Like,
generations.
it's not because it happened. It's been happening, and it's gonna keep happening if niggas
Keep acting the same
acting
way.
the same way. Like ain't shit changed, bro. Niggas could just see the shit
A lot.
through social
Yeah.
media and through surveillance cameras and through cell phones and all that shit. It's the same shit that's been going on the whole time. Like you could just see it now.
Well, motherfucker be acting like they just, King Kong, be forgetting that they are human. So when they get shot, bullets do the same thing to them that they potentially have done to others. It just literally be coming down to that, R.I.P. to King Von, R.I.P. LBG Duck,
Yeah,
R.I.P. to all of them. You know what I
that
mean?
shit is crazy, bro. Like
This has been another Pull Up Podcast, episode 17. R.I.P. Kobe, by the way.
yeah.